start streaming. Bum, 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 bada, bada, bada. So, hold on. I was on a call just a few minutes ago. That was a bit of a delay, but so I'm a little distracted, so I just figured I'd start in just chatting and we'd get it figured out together. Okay, so I did want to check out a couple of things before we really get started, and one of those things is like, what did the stream quality audio, sorry, what was the stream audio's quality yesterday? So, also, this is not, one of my things isn't working correctly. Sometimes I have a dark mode thing that kind of ruins everything. So it could be the issue. I think it is. Let me narrate what I'm doing. You were able to get the username you have on your other platforms. Who were you before? So I know. That's always an issue. You see, I made my username WraithStars. Oh, agent not today. Okay, thanks. I made my username WraithStars in, was it like 2009 or 2010? I have another one that's kind of cool sounding, which I'll use for other things in the future, so I don't want to say it. But I had that one a little bit before then. So I think it's 2010. Whenever I made my League of Legends account is when I decided to become WraithStars. It was when I made YouTube. This account is as old. Oh my god, can I just check how long my YouTube account's been alive? Hold on. Don't get distracted. Don't get distracted. Let's add this other chat so we can see what's up. Okay, so we have this chat. We need to go here. Now I'll bring this over so we can see what's cracking. Yeah, it's pretty hard to get the account names that you want, I feel like, these days especially. Let's restore this chat. We have this chat. It's not your actual name, but it's what you use on social media. Yeah, that's fair. It shouldn't be your actual name. Some people do, though. Okay, so we want to look at the live stream from yesterday, see what the audio sounded like. How can I look at that? It's really important because I have something happening in the background. I just need to know if you can hear it. So we're gonna listen to it. We'll skip a little forward. Ooh, it does not want to load. Is my internet already shit, bro? Let's run a speed test. It's because I'm trying to win and I'm not an ass. Yeah. Oh man, this quality is real fucking potato, dude. That's fine. So, I asked them, you know, I was like, bro. Oh my god, was this the quality I was streaming at? That's real trash. I can't hear anything. Let me turn up my audio. I can hear myself speaking. That's not what I'm listening for. So, hold on just a minute. Bro, can you just give me like a discount? Because I haven't been getting what I was paying for since. You know what? Let me go turn off the thing. Hold on. I'll just be a minute. I think it's fucking my. But I live in Arizona. It's hot as shit. And I really need. Am I gonna be screaming today? Unlikely. It's a single player game that I'll be playing. Okay, oh. You know what? I need to mute the game audio as well. Let me go to my volume mixer. Okay. It's like April 11th. And they were like, I don't know if you can hear it.
Distracted by the terrible news, and I just let.
I don't think we can, right? Do you guys, when I'm gonna play a different section of the stream, can you hear a low humming in the background of this stream? Not my humming. I'll skip. We really just want Drifter though, and just like maybe Dynamo, but like maybe not really, you know what I mean? Alright, so I don't think I can hear it actually. I think I'll be fine. Fuck yeah, good. Okay, let me turn this thing back on because it's hot as balls. Oh, you know what? I hear my chickens. I wonder if they have. I just had like a. It's a clusterfuck, dude. This is always part of the problem. Okay, so this is on. Audio's good. I unmuted this. We're good to go. Okay, this I don't need anymore. This is good to go. Now we need to set up the stream settings. And I can bring this back over to where it normally is because I have two monitors. You didn't hear it either? Perfect. Thank you so much, both of you. Yeah, I don't think I'll be screaming today. Okay, so Cyberpunk. Let's get all the tag information and set that up. Stream analytics. This one will be day 2, and I did label it when I posted that schedule, but I don't remember where I put it. I think my working folder. I think it's been in my schedule. Nope, I'm sorry. Yeah, I see my schedule. My working folder's been in my downloads, is what I'm trying to say. I named it. This game has better design once we get past the starting area, right? Let's do that. Hold on. It's too many characters. Bro. We'll just take out this one. This looks like a lot of characters. Oh no, I took out one of my favorite characters. Okay, I have 3. This game gets better after. We'll say after. That's less characters. There we go. Okay, we'll save it. This is... Oh, whoops. I don't need this here. We'll cancel. We'll undo changes. I did copy it though because it's such a habit, and we'll put it over here. Good. And then I need the tags. I do the tags. I honestly don't know if it helps. I've seen a lot of people's videos and stuff where they don't put any tags and they seem to get a decent amount of attraction, but I also feel like it does help. Okay. Oh, we need a screenshot. This is true. Let's get in the game real quick. I know you can't see the game. I'm gonna pause it as soon as I'm in.
Hey everyone, feels great to have you back.
Oh my god.
Did y'all hear about that Arasaka aircraft carrier docked in Night City?
Okay.
Called Kujira, or...
What are we doing? Bro, don't do that. Oh, take a screenshot. Okay. I need to not do it as I did it before because that was kind of annoying. We'll take this screenshot, we'll save it. Exit this, pause this, Alt-Tab, and replace our thumbnail. Apparently people think thumbnails matter. I don't think they do for streams. I think they do for long-form content, but not streams. Okay, so YouTube is set up. let's set up Twitch. You can't see my mouth because my stuff is blocking. And then we'll change just chatting to cyberpunk. I do want to check on my chickens before I really... Do you live on a farm? No. So I live... I mean... Oh. You're from... not here. So, what is a good way to explain the population density? Let's go look up information. That way I can give you a range, because otherwise I'm just going to dox where I live. Hold on. Okay. So... oh, wait. Do they do this differently? It's better to explain this way. No, but kind of, but it's hard to explain. Okay. So, my area's population ranges from 50,000 to 80,000. And there are a few cities where I live. I live in one of them, but when I say city, you can't think of like a huge American city, because it's not. That's not huge. It's not that many people comparatively. But they call themselves a city. They're not, though. Not in the typical sense. So I live in a city. There is another city nearby, and then a bunch of other areas that are all within a 15-minute drive, a 15 to 30-minute drive, that are all towns, okay? All of those towns would be like countryside. Like some, because of my area, some are in the forest, some are like on relatively flat land, and then some it's like slopey and hilly. So where I live in a city, but in the city, because they include, technically, like legally, the territory lines include nearby areas that are like those smaller towns. They let us have chickens, and I don't have any restrictions on my chickens. So I can have as many as I want, except I can't have a rooster. And I can free range with them. It doesn't matter. I can, they don't have any requirements for the building structure, except it has to be at least, what is that one? Hold on. It has to be at least 15 meters from my property line. So my area is, I don't know, what is the largest, kind of like a town, but it's larger than a typical town. My area is like my property where I live is what is the large, oh, kilometers, right? You use kilometers. The property I live on is, oh, that's not right. It can't be kilometers. What's the other one? Would it be acres? So I live on 0.66 of an acre. So it's a decent sized lot. And I live not in the center of the city, but close, actually. Miles. Oh, we could do miles. No, miles won't work. It won't work for square miles. So how do you guys, like, if you're gonna go buy like a house and they tell you this is how big the area is, what unit do they use? Do they literally use miles? Because it's like the equivalency of an acre. Oh, it is square feet. I don't know how to say that number. You know what? We can solve this issue if we just do something different. Hold on. I can fix this problem. Do you use an HA? How do I say this? Hector? Is that what you mostly use? Hector? How do I say this one? So it's 0.27 of a hectare, or whatever that is. So it's decent size for sure. But it's not super big. I've seen much bigger properties that I've done deliveries to. So here I have a lot of room where I can just put my chicken area and I don't violate the rule of how far away from the property line they have to be. And I just like chickens. I've always liked chickens. And you know, there comes a point where you're like an adult, so you can just you can just do what you want. So like, for example, I have 3 dogs. Most people don't. Most people here won't get 3 dogs. It's a lot. Vets are out the ass expensive here. That's part of the issue, but also a lot of people don't I don't think they want to do the thinking that requires when purchasing a pet. What did you mean by humming? So I have an air conditioner on in the background. It's a portable air conditioner unit. I just wanted to know if you guys could hear it. Also, hi, how's it going? So anyway, my point is, there's more of a history to this, I guess. So my great-great-grandfather used to be a chicken farmer. Literally, he bought a farm. Like, he bought a plot of land, turned it into a farm. He was mostly about chickens. Chickens were his whole thing. And I think his family just did this, but I don't know. Honestly, like, if reincarnation exists, I feel like I'm probably this fucking guy. Based on what I know about him, I relate. Use the metric system. Oh, but you use imperial system. So I have 2,700 square meters. What's with the Sirius background? Is this Sirius? So you're a hybrid measurement system? I feel like that gets confusing, but I guess if all of you know it, then it's fine. I'm not used to it. I try to, literally, because I stream, and the amount of people who don't live in the US and use our dumbass system is significant enough where it just makes sense. Anyway, so my great-great-grandfather was a chicken farmer. He actually died. Protecting his chickens, some guy tried to steal his chickens in the middle of the night. He went to fight the guy shot him, so he ended up having a fatal wound and died. So he liked chickens, and I didn't even know this when I was younger, but I've always liked chickens. I don't know why I like them so much. They're like scary and cute, and I think that's amazing. So I've always liked chickens. And I've always liked dogs. I love dogs. I love dogs more than I like chickens. Like, when I was a kid, I used to I had Barbie stuff, but I only wanted all of this doll shit if it came with pets, so that I could play with the pets. I didn't care about the humanoid creatures. So it was mostly dogs too. So my mom used to say that I was allergic to dogs. I think we just couldn't afford them, but I think she was also allergic. I don't think I was allergic. So when I could, I spent like a couple of years deciding whether or not I should like get a dog, like if I could financially afford it, what that would mean for my time, what my future would look like, that whole thing. Hi, Troglodyte, welcome. I do have the game set up in the background. I just had a weird start. So I decided in 2019 that I was going to get a dog. And I do mention, I have her right now. I mention her often. She's the one where the other day she went into a cabinet by herself because that's what she does. She just entertains herself. That's the kind of dog she is. And then I had her, and I thought I'd only be a one dog person because I was like, this is what I can afford, this is what I can do. But then I just felt so bad for her. The more I took her to dog parks, and we did puppy play dates with a friend who had a puppy the same age. The more I did this, I was like, bro, I can't. She's missing something being with me. She can't be a one dog. She needs a buddy. You have a scar on the inside of your right forearm as somebody tried to steal your dog. Yeah, I would kick somebody's fucking ass if they tried to steal my dog. I have a different story about that, actually. I'm full of stories. But that opens a whole different can of worms. But so I realized just that she was just not having a full life living with just me and my stepdad. I couldn't give her dog interactions as much as I understood her behavior, and I have a really good relationship with my dog. And I really do mean that. Like, I spent a lot of time trying to understand a lot about their behavior. Her in particular, she's a fearful dog. And I worked very fucking hard to understand what her physical demeanor and her like face looks like when she's about to react, being like resource guarding. And so I've worked through a lot of issues with her. So I have a very close bond with her. But anyway, so I got her a buddy a year later, almost exactly a year later. And then a couple of years after that, he ended up passing away. It was like very startling, very shocking. So I had the two dogs, and for a while I could manage the two dogs. I could manage it the whole time. And I realized after he passed away, so before he passed away, I was living with an ex. The ex wanted a dog. That is one of those people who gets a dog and he doesn't understand all of the time, energy, effort, money that comes with raising a dog. He really just didn't fucking get it. He didn't really understand it. He wasn't dealing with it. He dealt with the money part a little bit until he just randomly decided to stop. So at one point I had 3 dogs, and then that second dog passed away, and I realized I didn't even know I could handle 3 dogs. I can totally do 3 dogs. I can do 3 dogs, you know what I mean? So, but I kind of wonder if it's probably the same situation where I could probably do 4 or 5 dogs, you know what I mean? But I don't think I can do 4 or 5 dogs because I've never experienced it, so I don't really know. Anyway, 3 dogs is working for me. I don't want more dogs right now, but like, if I had the money and time, I totally would. What's up, Chumba? Yeah, Kazooie is precious. So, after that second dog passed away, I had the first dog and the third dog. And I decided, because those 2 dogs were depressed, I was just going to get another dog. I was like, I can handle it. But I'm a little, I don't want to say woo-woo, but kinda. I decided if I found any indication within a set of 30 days that dogs were in need without me looking at all, if I found that indication in life, I would take it as a sign that I should get another dog. And I did. I started getting advertisements without me looking it up. I really didn't look up shit, okay? I got an advertisement for a place that's like a 2.5-hour drive from where I live. They were overrun with dogs. People were like caring for litters in their homes, like the people who worked at the shelter. So I was like, I'm just gonna go set up an appointment. And that was big because I hate doing that fucking drive. But I did it, and now I have 3 dogs, and that's Nova. And she's pretty well behaved. Now, actually, today is a very monumental day for Nova. My whole situation with dogs is I do crate train them. So when I say that, what I mean is when Kazooie was a puppy, if I wasn't home, she was in the crate. And then I would make sure to let her out at the appropriate distance times, which depends on like their age. But when I don't do that for sleeping, because I was going to, but her fucking face, she just looked so pathetic and I wanted to cuddle. So she used to just sleep with me on my bed. She has her own bed. And now she's like a princess and she can't be touched when she sleeps, so. But sometimes she will. So I have, like, my room right now is set up where my bed is easily accessible to the dogs, so it's not hard on their joints. And I have a bunch of dog beds, blankets all over the majority of the floor of my bedroom, so that they can just choose wherever the fuck they want to go. I have 2 couches in my house. My stepdad and I don't use them at all. Like, they look like we probably use them. Like, the areas look set up, but it's for the dogs. So, I have my 3 dogs, and they're all crate chained, but with Nova, she has a lot of anxiety. She's a very anxious dog, and I don't mean fearful, like when I mean the exact terms that I'm using. So she's anxious and she freaks the fuck out if I'm not here. The crate gave her a lot of peace. That's the whole point of a crate, is like it helps provide security. Today was the first day I left her outside of the crate. Nobody else was here. The dogs were also out. Excuse me. For, I think it was like 3 to 4 hours while I was working. They did great. She didn't rip up anything. And that was the problem. I usually around like a year and a half, I start to give them a lot of freedom when I'm not here. And I have cameras set up so I can see what they're doing. And she just kept ripping up my fucking couches. Just her. So I couldn't do that. And I understand it was stress. She has access to so many toys, dude. We don't need to do this shit. But now she's doing great. So everything is fine. And today was the first day. So now I have 3, technically I have 4 crates. Well, if we're going to count the chicken crates, that's a whole different situation. But I have 4 crates. So Dogtown, awesome. Chickentown, awesome. So you've heard that having 3 dogs can be an issue due to them trying to form a pack. Hold on a minute. So, I think it depends on the type of dogs that you get. I think it depends on how old they are when you get them, how you raise them, what type of individual attention you give them. So there are some things to be considerate of. Yo, Zip, welcome. There are some things to be considerate of, which is like more often than not, if you have 2 female dogs, those 2 will often be aggressive toward each other. The majority of their time together until their behavior settles down around like, it's like 3 to 5 years depending on the size of the breed or breed range. And it's because typically female dogs are pretty dominant, but I just haven't had that experience, but I do know that it's a phenomenon. And then the same thing will happen with boy dogs, 2 boy dogs, but only during the puberty stage, which can last up to 3.5 years, depending on the size of your dog. Again, like the breed size. So, like, that can happen, but also, let's say you get 2 litter mates and you raise them side by side. Those 2 can form a really intense bond, and that is a really big issue, and you can avoid it because, okay, sorry, my brain is like, what happens is that they end up relying on each other more than they will rely on you. And that can form a problem when you're trying to train them or do whatever. So you can avoid this by giving them each individual attention, like creating one, doing stuff with another one, for hours at a time each day. But that's a lot of time commitment. A lot of people don't have that. Again, this won't happen every single time. It really does depend on a lot of variables. So with my dogs, Kazooie was a year and a half-ish, a year and a few months when I got Banjo. Kazooie and Banjo were like 2.5 and 3.5 when we got Tear Bear. And then Tear Bear was like 2, and Kazooie, maybe it was like 1.5. Tear Bear was 1.5, and Kazooie was 4.5 or 5.5, something like that, age-wise, when I got Nova. So I've staggered their ages, not intentionally. Like, I really never intended to have 3 dogs at a time, but it has worked out. But then I was really concerned when Banjo died because not Nova, Kazooie and Tear, they were, you know, grieving with each other, and they were cuddling a lot, which they had never done before because Kazooie's weird about personal space. So that really freaked me the fuck out. I was like, we need to completely change our whole pack. Like, I tried taking them for new trail walks, like ones we've never been on, and it definitely helped Tear Bear especially, but it didn't help enough. And I was afraid they were going to become way too attached. And there's like, you want to say it's not a problem, but like eventually one's going to die. And you want them to be able to grieve and then not fucking be so depressed that they don't want to do shit, you know? So that was my concern. But also, like, I was really, I would have never expected Banjo to die. He just was healthy. So it was very bizarre. And it also fucked up my stepdad. So I just figured a puppy was where it was at. And I knew that I could handle it financially and emotionally and like behaviorally. Like, I could handle it. So I got Nova, and she was definitely younger than what they said because she had a lot of like suckling behavior, which you don't get unless your puppy wasn't weaned properly. So she is a baby, and she learned a lot of behaviors from Tear Bear. Tear Bear is a Shepherd Husky Lab mix. He's mostly Husky and Shepherd, so he looks like a gray German Shepherd, and the majority of his behavior presents as German Shepherd, but randomly you'll see the Husky shit. So she walks the same way as him, which she shouldn't because she's basically a cattle dog. So it's a little weird. She walks the same as him, but she likes like playing and doing stuff outside the same way that Kazooie would. And the crazy part when it comes to her in particular, like this is also woo-woo, so like take it with a grain of salt. I really do think I was meant to have Nova. Because all of the rest of her behaviors are only Banjo behaviors. Kazooie and Tear don't have them. So to get, like, this is now my 4th dog that I got as a puppy, and I never trained the weird behaviors that Banjo had. He was just a weird fucking dog. He didn't know how to be a dog. Kazooie helped him as much as she could, but he didn't know how to be a dog. He was just, he was neglected. He really just straight up did not know how to be a dog. So, like, her behaviors being so close to his are just what a weird coincidence. Anyway, so I think I was meant to have her. So 3 dogs. It's not that big of an issue. It does take a while to get to the point where I can call one dog over and the other 2 will understand this is their turn. Nova, that's very difficult because she's a very jealous dog. So it's a different behavior. But the way that I handle this is I will take whichever dog, whichever one, it doesn't matter, either outside and leave the other two inside, or take them into my room and leave the other two with the rest of the house, you know. So like that helps for training. But then you kind of have to go at their speed. I know people have different ways that they like to train dogs. I've watched a fuckload of videos, like so many. I don't agree with a lot of what I see. But it's hard when you have a dog in the background who's jealous that she's not getting the attention. So she's whining and crying. And even if I give her like a high value treat that takes a while to work through, she's still exhibiting that kind of behavior. So it's not like I don't give her enough attention. We're making a lot of progress. We really are, but it still can be a lot. Like she's quite intelligent. She realized that huskies have really sensitive paws. All dogs do. You usually desensitize them, which does take a fuckload of effort, but it's I tried really hard with Tuber. I have to make an agreement with him, which sounds ridiculous, but it's what we have to do so that I can look at his paws. Otherwise, he will like fight me on it, and he'll air chomp his teeth. He will just get up and walk away from me, hustle away from me. He'll like shove his head at me and try hugging me just so I won't look at his paws. So it's a real pain in the ass. But so Nova understood early on as a puppy that he doesn't like his paws touched. So if she wants my attention while he has my attention, she will go and touch his paws. And it's so consistent. I know she does it on purpose, and I do try to stop her, and that's a different behavior that we're working through, but that shit takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of time to get her to just fuck off. Don't touch his fucking paws, bro. Don't do it. But like a different bad behavior, for example, is it's basically not polite in doggy terms for a dog to smell the middle of another dog's back. So Tear Bear does that to Kazooie all of the time, and I think part of it is that she has a weaker immune system. She's itchy, scratchy. I have her on different treats and supplements that are supposed to help. I'm actually going to change their food soon, this week, back to a food that I just had the best response on her with. But I think that her back, she's like rubbing it against shit all day. Not all day, but pretty frequently. That there's like weird smells, and he can smell that. I do wash my dogs. Don't think they're dirty or something. But so randomly he will smell the middle of her back. She doesn't like it, but she's accepted this about him. So that's different. The noise I think you're hearing now, is that I do have the game noise on in the background. So I do think that's what you're hearing. You can hear it kind of. Oh, maybe you can't. Oh, kind of, a little bit. I'm not sure it's actually my air conditioner. Anyway, last year, my ex's sister was going to get chicks. And I don't know, I just felt like if I was going to get chickens, I should get chickens. And I tried to look into like, I spent a few months just reading studies on chicken behavior, chicken biosecurity, different things like that. And I realized I can just have chickens. I'm an adult. Who's going to tell me no? So I called my uncle because he would be the only one. He owns the property. I was like, hey, I want chickens. Can I have chickens? And he was like, yeah, where are you going to put them? And I was like, I have this thing, this big old shed. I'll put them in the shed. And he's like, well, why don't you use That's a different thing. So my great-great-grandfather had chickens, and my grandfather had chickens on this property. So he's like, well, why don't you use the grandfather's chicken coop? And I was like, because it's all run down. I don't want to pay money to fix that shit. But that wasn't just the reason. It would be too far. It's like much farther away, and I don't want to go that far. I want to be able to walk out my door and look at my chickens. So that's what I can do. They're literally, from where I am right now, they're like 25 feet away from me. So I can look out my window, I can open it, and I can listen to them. Which is why I said earlier, I think one of them was complaining about something and I should probably go check their water. I did check it like 3 hours ago. So I am going to check it before we get started a little bit more. But I don't live on a farm. I just have 6 chickens and 3 dogs. That's all. That was a really long roundabout way to explain what I have going on. I just like chickens. And I really like dogs. I have had cats with my ex. We had 3 cats. And unfortunately, I can't have them here. So like that wasn't going to work, and they weren't my cats, they were his cats. Before that, I did have 1 cat. She just passed away from old age. She was like 16, 15, 16, something like that. But yeah, so I have chickens and I have dogs, and I will eventually make videos. I was actually thinking about it. I just have so many ideas for videos. It's kind of the problem. It's having the time to make them. But somebody in the Discord asked about the chickens, and that was just a really rough week for the chickens because it is a bit of a learning experience when you get an animal. I did a lot of research. I know a lot more than most people I meet, actually, about fucking chickens. I know so much more than most of the people I meet who have chickens. But I don't know everything. And there's some things that you just don't learn until you have the experience. So, I'm dealing with an issue right now. And I'm kind of embarrassed about it. That's part of the issue. It's like, it's not really that big of an issue. Lots of farmers experience this, but I have to keep in the context of the audience I would be communicating to, and if they would know enough about chickens, and how much I would have to explain in order to explain the circumstance. And do I really need to explain? No. But if you explain clearly, then you avoid like the negatives, if that makes sense. Your neighborhood has chickens as community pets? I love that. That's so cute. So, for example, situations I've already experienced that I would have to explain a lot is my coop isn't set up perfectly. I'm still in the process of fixing that, but it's a decent size. The chickens get what they need from it. I just know I can make it better. One of my chickens, she was bullied a little bit before I transferred them to the coop, and that's okay. Bullying does happen in flocks, but then I let her mingle with the rest of the flock too soon while she was regrowing feathers. And when feathers are really new, there's like a blood, it's like it is basically a blood tube where the feather is coming out of until it's established. So if that feather tube breaks, a lot of blood comes out, and chickens react super strongly to that, so it creates like an attention problem, and chickens interact with everything like dogs interact with everything with their fucking mouth. So that caused more of an issue. So she did get essentially attacked by the flock. But like, to explain this clearly, was she being attacked because there's something wrong with her? No. She was attacked because of how chicken behavior works, but that's like a whole different thing to explain. She's fine now. All of her feathers are fully grown out. In fact, I'm not working on Monday, and I will release her from her crate on Monday. Like, she is perfectly ready now to intermingle with the rest of the flock. And I have been letting her out a little bit every single day for the last couple of weeks, since her feathers have started to almost be ready. The problem with chicken behavior is when there is a new thing, chickens will react negatively to it. So it's a survival instinct, really. Anyway, so those are two issues. And then the other issue is, like, one of my chickens was a bully. Like, straight up, she's just a brat. But to explain that, like, is she really a brat? No. Chickens behave this way usually because of the same reasons that dogs are aggressive, actually. It's usually resource aggression. Maybe they're not getting something they need in their diet. Maybe it's not enough space. So, like, that's a whole different thing I'd have to explain. So anyway, she's in chicken jail, which is the same exact size crate that the bullied chicken was in. And she just needs to be there because I need her to be lower in our flock hierarchy of, like, who's on top when I release this chicken on Monday. This chicken needs to be above her so she doesn't get attacked again. That's it. So Winnie is going to be released on Monday. Sophie will be released in a week from Monday. That's it. But, like, again, that's, like, so much information to explain. And then I treat my chickens like pets. So, like, I can tell you stories about all of them. I've had them for a little bit over a year that define their personality and, like, weird behaviors that people just don't know about chickens because they treat chickens like livestock. For example, I have shoes that I wear only when I'm out there because it's part of biosecurity, which is what people should do. But they're just slides. They're just like little flip-flops, basically. I will take them, I'll wear them out there when I let the chickens out of their coop into the run for the day, or, like, if I go to check on them and they need water or whatever. And when I do this, one of my chickens, she had an injured beak, and she was a fearful chicken. She was just like my fearful dog. But when she injured her beak, I was so worried about her, clearly. So I spent, like, a lot of time trying to develop a relationship as best as I could during her recovery period, giving her her favorite snacks, like, not leaving until she drank enough water. And now she's like a fucking dog. This little chicken will sit on my feet. She'll follow me around, like, right on my ass. This chicken adores me the same way a dog would. It's adorable. But, like, to explain that takes a whole different... there's much more to that than what I just said. And then two other chickens that I haven't even spoken about. I could tell that they were, like, weird about me. Not necessarily in a bad way, but, like, standoffish, and I didn't know why. And once I started releasing the two chickens that are in chicken jail, with the rest of the flock a couple of times a day, they stopped doing it. So I realized they thought I was being mean to their flock members. And now they like me. So with all my chickens, I will I'll bend down, I'll crouch on their level, I'll take my fingers and I'll rub their thighs, and they really, really love it. It's really cute. So I'll rub their thighs, and these two chickens just would not let me. I think they thought I was going to put them in chicken jail or something. I have no clue. I really never fucked up with, like, how I demonstrate my behavior, my body language to them. They just determined that they didn't like me. And I was like, you know, it's fine. I'm just going to have these 6 chickens. They don't need to like me. As long as I give them, like, a good life, that's what really matters. But now they love me. And then we have my big fat girl, was the last chicken. Well, again, there's a lot of information there, you know what I mean? There's a lot more that I could say. And then we have my big fat girl. Her name's Rosemary. Rosemary, she decided from the day I fucking got her that she loved me, and she wanted me to hold her all of the time. And I don't indulge because I don't want her to become too reliant on me holding her, even though she's a chicken, you know what I mean? But, like, you don't want to condition that kind of behavior. But sometimes I'll go out there and I won't sit on the ground because there's, like, chicken shit there, but I'll crouch and I will pick her up and put her on my thigh, and I'll like hold her and balance her, and she'll just fall asleep sitting on my thigh. So does First Real Chicken now. And she's a little bit different. I don't quite understand what that is. A lot of people, if you read about chickens, they will say that she imprinted on me. I don't think so, based on what I understand. I don't think that's quite what happened. But it could have been what happened. I don't know. Anyway, like all of those are, I could talk about all of those things for like 45 minutes to an hour each to explain them a lot more in depth. And I didn't want to take pictures of my chickens, which I have a lot of pictures of my chickens. I didn't want to share them on the Discord when whomever asked at the time, because it would just be so much to explain. You'd see bits and pieces that I would feel obligated to explain, even if people don't give a fuck. I give a fuck. So, you've lived on a farm for 6 months? Which kind of animals do you have, though? My neighbor, oh yeah, so I read that. After we raised it indoors and tried to put it back into the wild, it got bullied because it wasn't behaving like wild chicken enough, right? Weird behavior just means you're a threat, and that's part of the, like, it's just what happens. So I really didn't want to encourage big fat girls bad behavior, like bad in terms of like what the other chickens would think. So it's a really big deal, but I'm glad I knew enough beforehand. And then bird flu is also a really bad issue in Hawaii. When there's an outbreak, dense landmass, and close proximity populations. We burned kind of a lot of chickens over the past decade. Yeah, so that's a different issue because of that's the reason my coop is the way it is, although it's not optimal or like the best way to do it. It is partially because of bird flu. I don't want other fucking birds near my chickens, okay? So I knew I wasn't going to free range my chickens, which means I don't have to clip their wings. And it means I don't have to think about the hawks that are here or the ravens that are here, okay? Which are a different fucking issue. But if I had an open top, even if it was like enclosed, like I have an enclosed run with like wire of some kind, the problem is other birds' shit can get into your coop. You know what I mean? Get onto your coop, into your run. So I knew I wasn't going to free range my chickens, so I knew I needed to do the math to figure out how much area they needed and then just give them more. So I only have 6 chickens, but my coop is 8 feet by 10 feet. That's fucking massive for a coop for 6 chickens. It's way more than they need. And there are problems with that, like in the winter. But there's also problems because I have a metal coop. There's also problems because I live in Arizona. Arizona gets hot as fuck and I have a metal coop. So I've had to work through these problems. But with the bird flu issue, I knew about the bird flu, and there's also Marek's disease and coccidiosis. And for these 3 things, for Marek's disease, you can only do so much. You like, ideally, you would hope that your chicks were vaccinated before you got them. But in my area, I can't, there's no poultry vet, which is so weird because there are farms nearby. But whatever. No poultry vets, so I can't just be like, hey, can you vaccinate my chicken? So I had to just hope that I didn't get Marek's disease. But essentially, Marek's disease is like parvo for dogs. Like parvo is a puppy virus, and Kazooie and Nova both had it actually. Basically, when your dog gets parvo, how it works is they basically have like a 20% chance to live. Most times they're not going to get enough of all of the shit that they need, like fluid, food, and the medications, in order to deal with it, and so they die. So Both of them survived, clearly. And if your puppy is vaccinated and then doesn't get it, like, you know, because they've been vaccinated appropriately, then if they get it when they get older, like let's say you have a dog that for the first 2 years of its life it was vaccinated against parvo, and then in the 3rd year something happened financially, you didn't vaccinate your dog. In that 3rd year they can get parvo, and it's not very likely to kill them. Like, it could, it's just the chance is so minimal because their immune system is so much stronger. That is a little bit different with Merrick's disease. Merrick's disease, though, is essentially the same type of shit. The younger your chicken is, if they contract Merrick's disease, they're gonna very likely die. Thank God I managed to make it for the chicken talk. So, coccidiosis is different. Coccidiosis is a type of bullshit that lives in your ground. Basically, if your chickens get it, you can treat them with something called coveted, and I just haven't had to deal with it. But I haven't had my ground tested, which is what some people do. I just didn't think I was gonna have to deal with it. So, and I haven't. But if they do contract coccidiosis, normally what happens is coops and runs that are muddy and yucky and don't have proper airflow and the ground doesn't dry properly, that's when you're normally going to get coccidiosis. So I just figured I wasn't going to get it because there's no fucking way I'm not going to clean my coop and run really regularly. You know what I mean? So I was like, it's probably not going to happen. But also, I want my chickens to be able to use the run when it's raining and when it's snowing. So when it was winter, I bought 6 millimeter plastic, and I wrapped my whole fucking coop in run. Okay, I wrapped the whole thing because I was not gonna deal with any of that bullshit. And because it was winter, it increased the temperature inside. I have a thermometer outside of my run and inside my run. And that one that's inside my run, it's a magnet, so I just move it wherever I want, inside the coop or inside the run. So I always know what temperature roughly it is. But the plastic, you can't have, it's basically like a greenhouse, so it's gonna make the whole thing warmer in the summer. But part of the plastic is still on top of the run, and that's because I don't want fucking bird flu, bro. I don't want other birds' shit touching my chickens. So, like, you can tell I spent so much time thinking about this shit. Like, I learned about Merrick's disease and coccidiosis, and there's a whole bunch of other ones, like bumblefoot. Bumblefoot's so common. Lots of chickens get bumblefoot, and there's like several aspects of that it's clear that people have no idea what's going on. That's weird. And then, like, the other issue is mites, fleas, and lice. And what I've learned is, like, lots of people have no clue how any of that shit works. Mites, fleas, or lice. Whether it's dogs, cats, or chickens. So we have had fleas on the chickens. Honestly, I was already using diatomaceous earth in their coop and run. I just added more when I saw fleas were there. I just added more into their bedding, turned it over, mixed it up really well. And the fleas, I haven't seen fleas, like, after I did that, like a week later, I stopped seeing them. If I still saw them a week later, I was going to get a topical, I don't know if it's called, I don't know what it's called. What is it called? I mean, it's basically ivermectin, but for chickens, but like a different version. And ivermectin kills parasites. So I was going to do that, but there's also something else that you can get. It's like a different type of powder that's kind of like diatomaceous earth, but like it's meant to kill these things very specifically, where diatomaceous earth has a lot of value to it. Hold on, I have to get a drink. So I was going to do that. I just haven't needed to because I don't see them anymore. I do think right now my chickens have depluming mites. Okay. So depluming mites, what they are is if you look at a chicken and they're missing feathers right above their tail feathers on their back, their lower back essentially, there are a lot of reasons that could happen. It could happen because of mites. It can happen because of lice. It can happen because you have a rooster who's really aggressive and he can't help it. A lot of times it has to do with his talons. It could happen because of, you know, like it's so many different reasons. There's a lot of reasons. So I think it's depluming mites because they are missing feathers. I gave them all something to improve the growth of their feathers. I gave them a higher protein feed. I gave them a supplement that is also very high protein. I gave them snacks that have like a protein coating on them, and the protein is really what they need, plus other things to grow the feathers. And that was to help the one chicken who's in quarantine because I really wanted her to be able to reintegrate quickly. Welcome. So I did all this and I noticed that Winnie was growing her feathers, right? But Benny is a different chicken and Benny wasn't in that one spot, right? And I'd look, so what you can do at night is you can, when they're sleeping and they're roosting, you can get a flashlight and go look at their butts essentially, because that's where mites like to hide. That's gross, but like that's life, bro. And you can look at their backs, and I did, and I can't see them, but you wouldn't see depluming mites, nor would you see a different type of mite, which thankfully I don't have to fucking deal with. So it's just not in my area. So I think it's depluming mites. I think that's what they have. So they kind of look a little ratchet. I'm gonna be fair. Like they aren't the cutest looking chickens right now. But with my whole setup, the way that you treat for depluming mites is again, diatomaceous earth will kill them. I do have food grade diatomaceous earth. I do have it. So what I can do is I can put it all over my fingers, dust my whole fucking chicken, you know, keeping it out of their eyes and ears and all that. I can dust the whole fucking chicken and it could kill the problem, except mites are a little different. Mites like to live in wood. Well, the bedding I use is wood, right? So I'd have to redo the bedding, and that's what you're normally supposed to do when you have mites. But also in my shed, because I bought this, it's a metal shed. It's like, I bought it for like $230, okay? Cheap as fuck for how big it is. Just go look up an 8x10 shed. You're not gonna find sheds that are this cheap. So I bought this thing, and this is like a thin metal. It's, you know, it's cheap shit. So I put in this 4x4, two 4x4s piece of wood. I secured them really well to the ground, like the floor, the subfloor, I guess. I kind of think the mites are living in it. So what I need to do is take those supports out, which I don't structurally need them. I just wanted them in case we had a lot of snow, because in my area we can get snow. So I can take them out, and what I would have to do is you take diatomaceous earth, dust the whole thing like really fucking well. Let it sit and dry, because it's kind of like a damp powder. It's not super damp, but there is some kind of moisture there. And then you seal up the whole thing with a type of sealant that gets into like little holes in your wood, and then I can put them back in. I don't have money to get the sealant right now, and I would have to get that other dust. The other dust is much more, it's not much more, it's better than the diatomaceous earth. The other dust is like $14, so I can buy that right now, but I don't I haven't priced out the sealant, and I also just don't have the time. But we have to get it done. It has to happen this week. So that's one of the projects I have going on this week is like, but that's like a whole different thing to explain everything I just explained. Look how long that took me. I could have said it more simply, but I don't want people to have misconceptions if they don't understand enough about what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? And if I say like mites, the first time I ever heard about mites, it freaked me the fuck out. I was like, that's uncomfortable and makes me itchy. You know what I mean? I've never had mites or lice or fleas. Like, you know, but like, I know that the whole conversation is like, ew, that's gross. So I want to avoid a lack of understanding and over explain. So anyway, if I take a picture and I share with you what my chicken situation looks like, and you see like it's a metal shed, and you see the plastic, and you see chickens in crates, I don't want a misconception of what's going on. So that's a different thing with the shed because it is metal. So I'm fighting the heat. I need the coop to be between like 75 degrees. I need it to be, I mean, so Fahrenheit, we're talking Fahrenheit. I need it to be cooler than 75 degrees at night in order for the chickens to sleep in the coop itself. And it is safer for your chickens to be in their coop rather than in your run. And I'm going to maintain that practice. So in order to do that, I had to run electricity out there, which I just have a big extension cord that I've wired up and above where the chickens can reach, because chickens are known for eating the weirdest shit. So that's like a different problem. So I ran electricity out there just so I can put, initially I have like a heater thing too, because I was worried they were going to be cold. They're going to be fine though. I just didn't know enough about chickens. But also my setup is actually pretty good. Anyway, I ran electricity out there. I have a box fan. I'm pushing the air outside of the coop so that when they go to bed, it's fine, you know? So to get, you know, warm air rises, cool air falls. So I need the fan to be higher up. So I have it on top of a desk and then I have a big like dog crate that's only out there to hold this fucking fan high enough so we can push the heat out. Okay. But like, so you see this, it's gonna look ghetto. It just is. So that's a little embarrassing. I do have, like, I already thought about the heat situation. Okay, what happened is I bought, like, I don't know, it's like an exhaust fan. It's solar powered. The fucking thing broke after not even a whole month of me running it. It broke. And I don't know enough about electricity to fix it. So it's broken. And I needed to use the box fan because I still need to exhaust the heat and moisture because that's really important for avoiding different problems. Anyway, if I show you a picture, you're gonna see it. And I'll be embarrassed about it. So a different problem with the heat is, like, I thought about this. I need like sun tarps, right? So I just went on Temu and I bought the cheapest fucking sun tarps, and I actually have privacy screens. It's made out of very similar material that I bought from Temu. They were cheap, and these things have lasted a very long time. So I was like, I'm just gonna buy this cheap shit. We'll just do it. So I have 2 of them. They're fucking massive, and I bought them both for like $20 total. So I think it's like 10 feet by 12 feet. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to wrap one around the corner. It's the southeast corner. No, I'm sorry, southwest corner of the coop on the outside. And then I'm going to put one over the coop on the top. Except with the way that heat works, I can't just put this fucking tarp directly on the metal. I need a gap of 6 inches, okay? This is the problem I've been thinking about this week. I literally went to a hardware store in the middle of like my working time so I could go look at my options to figure out how the fuck to do this. And I still don't even know if it's gonna work. Maybe you guys can help me if you know anything about this. Okay, so let me explain my situation. Okay. So, I have the tarps, okay? I need to make sure the tarps last a long time. The holes on the tarps where you secure, like usually people put rope or carabiners through them, those are called, like those are made with grommets, okay? So we're going to refer to them as grommets. All right, so I want the tarps to last a long time. I don't want to fuck up the grommets. So in order to do that, because I live in a high wind area, when I put these tarps on something, I need to make it so that the wind, like the kinetic energy, I think, I don't know if it's kinetic, but the energy from the wind doesn't fuck up the grommets, so I can make the tarp last a long time. You see what I'm saying? So, what the fuck is happening, bro? Okay. Bro, we're not even talking about Trump. You need to fuck right off. Figure it out. Get on the topic. Get on the topic, bro. We're not doing that, bro. Anyway. So, what my plan is I'm going to get eyelet bolts. So I don't know if that's the correct phrase for it, but basically it's a bolt that has a nut on the end. That's how it comes. And it has a circle, okay? And it's like I can hook something through that circle. You know what I'm talking about? Okay? So I'm going to secure that to my coop on one of the corners. And then I need something that connects the grommet on the tarp to the hole of the bolt. So you would think carabiner, right? But carabiners are expensive, so I'm going to get the cheaper alternative called a spring clip. Now, the problem is the bolt is metal, the spring clip is metal, and the grommet is metal. So the kinetic energy that the tarp experiences is going to rip the grommet because there's nothing absorbing that force at any of these grommets when it's where it's secured to the coop. Do you see what I'm saying? So what I'm thinking is I should get some kind of rubber to put around the spring clip, because spring clips they're a clip. So as long as the rubber's big enough but also small enough to fit around the whole spring clip, the rubber should absorb it because of how rubber works. So I went to Home Depot yesterday and some guy was like, do you need help? And I explained to him what was going on, and my stepdad was with me, and my stepdad was like, that guy has no fucking clue what you're saying. He doesn't know what any of those things are. So I was like, well, you know, like, let's listen to him and let's go to this aisle and see if we can figure something out. And they don't have anything. They don't have this type of rubber there. They don't have like what I need. And so my stepdad said, well, what about fuel line rubber that you can get from an auto parts store? I think that could work, but I have to go look at it. So I think this will work. I know they're going to be temporary, so let me go back and read everything. But so I know the tarps are going to be temporary. I just need it to last at least a year. And then I could probably just buy a new one each year, you know, like an investment in my chickens, because they're really cheap. Chickens are so fucking cheap, dude. That's what I thought was funny. I had somebody ask me, can you even afford chickens? Yeah. How much do you think they fucking cost to feed each year? Like, what do you think's going on, bro? Once your coop is set up, what do you think my expenses are? It's water and food, and they can feed themselves on like all kinds of shit, and I can give them scraps and shit. It's really not that expensive. So I need something to not fuck up the grommets. That's really what it is. Do you think fuel line rubber will work? But I know most of y'all gamers don't know anything about car stuff. So I don't know if you know, but I don't know enough about fuel lines either. I need to just go to the auto parts store, but I haven't gotten there. Okay, let me go read what else you were saying. Dude, my brother and I once used that stuff in my house for bed bugs, and our room looked like a cartel coke house accident. Bed bugs freak me the fuck out. I'm so glad I've never had to deal with that shit. Don't use outdoor pest control indoors? Yeah, I don't. I definitely don't. The only pest control that I've used indoors is taro for ants. It's a liquid bait that you can set on your counters, and the ants will take it back to their whatever, and it just kills their whole hive. You also used to call it dinochinasis dust, or dino, what, I can't fucking say it, dude, hold on. Dinochus dust. Oh, that's so cute, like the dinosaur. Yeah, so 2 of my chickens, I have 2 black chickens, 2 gray chickens, and 2 yellow chickens. And my 2 black chickens, they have such sharp features. They literally look like little raptors. It's very cute. You actually prefer people to get into the detail instead of people assuming. You don't want to hear them yap. You might, but you are not among the people, like I'm sorry, this is the wrong way to word it. You are one of few. You know what I mean? Like, I can tell when people think I'm jibber-jabbering way too much. This is a good outlet for me because I can just keep talking. And even then, I'm supposed to be playing Cyberpunk. That was the whole plan today. So, I'm more of a listener than a talker, so it works out for me. Yeah, but the way that you communicate, I think you communicate very well based on all of our interactions, Zip. So, you might be more of a listener than a talker, but you are also well-spoken. So I think that helps for being able to listen to when other people are communicating. If you stand in front of the coop, will you get blasted with a chicken musk? No. So, right? Because where the vent, I'm sorry, the fan is letting out. No. So that's something else is like, I add in new bedding like every 2 weeks. And I mix in diatomaceous earth, and I mix in, they're called nesting herbs, but my chicken coop does not, and my chicken coop and run, they don't smell bad at all. Like, not at all. And it has rained a few times since I've had the chickens out there. But like I said, I have a lot of cover. Like, once I show you guys pictures, you'll totally get it. But like I said, there's just, I have to preface it. It's thematic. It is a little thematic. I feel like the fabric of the tarp is where you're most worried about. I'm not, kind of, like the overall fabric itself, I know it's not going to last super long. I just need it to hold down. Because let's think about if I'm going to have like a tarp above the whole roof, okay? It needs to be 6 inches high, which is why we have the bolts that are at least 7 inches, 7.5 inches actually. So I have these bolts, I'm going to screw them like 1 inch into the chicken coop and run, and then that creates the gap, but that gap is going to encourage it's going to encourage the wind, you know what I mean? If I could just place it right against the metal, I wouldn't have to worry so much. It's just going to deteriorate over time, but I have to now fight the wind a lot more than I was going to. But I need this because it's going to still absorb some heat, and I don't want that heat to transfer. So I need the gap, and I need the grommets to hold. And I did watch, I was like, maybe there's like a different way of tying down a tarp. So I went on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, and I watched a bunch of videos on how people secure their tarps with rope and bungee cords and carabiners And what I have found is that if you don't actually use the grommets and instead you grab all of the plastic of a tarp and like tie a knot along the plastic instead of using the grommet at all, the rope has a lot more material to grab onto. And because there's more material, the pressure is more divided and it won't rip the grommet. So I know that that's what I could do. But again, the issue is like, I think for this specific case, I need to use the grommet. So if I'm going to use the grommet, I need something to absorb the energy. If I need something to absorb the energy, the easily cheapest, most whatever available thing should be rubber. So I need rubber. But I need a rubber tube because then it's evenly applied on what will be absorbing the most force. So I need a tube that's rubber, that's the right size. Well, where the fuck am I going to get that shit and know for sure that it's going to work? I do think the auto parts store. You know what I mean? I just need to go there. I just haven't been there. Luckily, I've had so many car issues, as y'all know, that one of my auto parts stores people know me very well. So I think it'll be fine. I'll be like, hey, this is what I have going on. Can I see what that line looks like? You know? Like around the ring. Kind of no, kind of, but no. So let me show you a picture of what I'm thinking. I don't have an exact example. No, I haven't found anybody else doing this, but a spring clip. Let me, they're like, do you want this clip art? No, bro. Like, what? So, let me just save this image and we'll load it in. And we'll look at it together. Image. Add an image. Browser. Okay. So this is a carabiner. A spring clip is the same shit. It's the same thing, okay? So I am I'm going to use this, and if we like really look at it, what I need is for the rubber tubing to slip onto the carabiner and go all the way around so that the entire carabiner becomes the thing that absorbs the most of the force. So let me show you what else I was thinking. I'm thinking fuel line hose. So this is a good example of what I mean, and then you'll totally see what I mean. It is easier explained with pictures. I should have just done this, but like I was hoping I wouldn't be talking this long, but then I get distracted. So browse. Okay, so this is the rubber hose that is used with fuel lines. So what I'm thinking is we just slip we just slip the hose all the way around, right? And it will absorb the force that the tarp is mostly going to exhibit at the corners where I anchor it with the carabiners. And then just so that we're all on the same page, it's called, I think, an eye bolt with nuts. Yeah. So let me save this image too. So add an image. All right. So here's what we got going on. All right. I want to put this in the chicken coop. And I want to put this around the carabiner, secure, well, where the fuck am I? Hold on, we're all out of order. Secure the carabiner, right, to the eyelet thingy, and then put the fuel line hose around this, right? And then I also want to do the tarp. This is not, I guess we can do sunshade. Oop, tarp. Let's see if I can find one that's even close. Kind of. These are, yeah, this will work. You'll get the idea. No, because then we need to lick the eyelet. This will work. Okay. Let me get another picture. I'm sorry I haven't started playing it. I don't know if it'll let me. Okay, it will. Right. Alright. So, do we see... You see what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like, we want... Let's just put this here. We want this setup, essentially. The rubber will degrade over time. Right, but I only really need it to last a year. I'm pretty sure that... Well, let's go check. And we could just check right now how much... I think fuel line is fairly cheap. Fuel line, yeah. Fuel line, it's very cheap. It's very fucking cheap. I could do that. Like, once a year, we could just consider this a yearly investment. You know? You know what I mean? So what would you say? Okay, I missed this other chat. There's always personalities with the chickens. You used to love chickens when you raised them. Yeah, they're very cute. It was for a short-term foster care plan before going into a permanent home. Oh, I see. Your whole chicken, or not your chicken, your farm situation. Well, that's nice. The chicken talk has been good. All about how much better Wraith is at taking care of chickens than everyone else. Yeah! Yes. Shots fired. It sounds like you're much nicer to your chickens than I was to mine. In my defense, I was 3 or 4 years old. Yeah, see, this is something, like I've learned, I mean, I know people, before I even got chickens, I know people that had chickens. And, like, they just treat them like livestock, and they don't really think about them. And it's, to me, it's a little weird. I feel like it'd be different if it was like meat birds. You still want to respect the life, you know? But you don't want to get too attached, so you don't want to learn about their personalities and things. I could see that perspective. But like, several of the people I've spoken to, like the person who she was going to get chicks, and so I decided then if I was going to get chicks, I house sat for that person. First of all, her house is fucking gross. It's not well kept at all. Dude, clean your fucking house. But the other part is like her Coop situation is crazy. She didn't know anything about chickens, okay? And this is what's crazy. So chickens need a certain amount of space in their coop. They need a certain amount of space in their run. They need clean water, you know. They need to not have algae in their water. They need like a decent feed. So she was feeding them a decent feed. They did have algae in their water. They didn't have an enclosed run, and she didn't free range them. And they didn't have anything entertaining. And when you don't have enough space for your chickens, you will often get bullying behavior problems, like much worse than what I had, because your chickens are fucking bored and they're not getting their needs met. So like, she had some serious chicken problems, okay? And she just didn't realize how bad they were, because she thought that was normal because she didn't have a point of reference. And I tried explaining it to her, but honestly, she struck me as the kind of person who just couldn't take criticism. So then I knew her mom, since I was dating her brother, so I talked to her mom and I was like, hey, like the water has algae in it, and I cleaned it when I was house sitting, and I was like, the chicken drinkers, like the little water things that you do for your chicks, had like bacteria on it, and like you could see it, it was fucking gross. I was like, the run is not enclosed, the coop is way too small, It's no wonder she's had chickens go missing. And I'm surprised she doesn't have more chicken issues because of it's really just a terrible setup for chickens. And her mom was like really defensive of her. And I wasn't saying it like this. I was like, hey, you know, after that, I had some issues. I know she doesn't take criticism really well. Is there a way that I could tell you what's going on? And you could kind of like help her get to the point of being a better chicken owner, you know? So I said it like this, and her mom just like really defended her behavior and was like, well, I've talked to her about this. No, you fucking haven't, bro. You're an enabler, is what you are. And I get it. I get their relationship. I really do understand their relationship decently enough to understand what was going on. But like, I don't know if I'm like out of line. I just think it's basic fucking decency to give your animals like to fulfill their needs, not their wants, their needs. You know what I mean? Like my chickens right now want chicken snackies. I'm not gonna fucking give it to them. They've had 2 servings of snackies today. Okay, they don't need more snackies, but they have enough space. They almost, even if they're complaining about the water, I have 3 fucking waterers out there for the 4 chickens. So like, and the other waters are higher enough that they shouldn't be getting dirty. So like our water situation is fine. That's why I haven't just rushed out there, because it's fine. You know what I mean? But like they have enough water, they have enough food, their bedding is clean. I do have diatomaceous earth everywhere to kill as much of the pests, I guess you could say. I have a fan that helps with the temperature. I have shade cloth covering the west and south side. Like, I'm going to upgrade their whole situation a little bit better. But my point is, their needs are met as much as I can, and I'm always trying to help. Just like I would do with my dogs. One of my dogs is super needy and jealous all the time. I give her a little bit of extra attention to help alleviate the issue. And I do it in such moderation that the other dogs won't feel upset about it. One of my dogs, he has a preference for water bottles for toys. I just bought a water bottle today to give him as a toy because it was a different material. He has like 7 water bottles. Half of them are in this room. I hate the noise of water bottles, but it makes him happy. You know what I mean? It's a different toy that he really likes, I guess, because that's who he is. My other dog, we had an injury this week. She cut under her, it's right on her cheekbone, right under her eye socket. It's a pretty deep cut. And one of her needs is, she needs to wear the fucking cone, bro. And her cone, she's just a fucking magician and she got out of it. So I literally bought her a new cone. It was only like $12, so it was fine. But I bought her a new cone that's just a little too big. So if you hear her shaking it, you'll hear like that, but more plasticky. That's just her trying to take that shit off, and she fucking can't. But it's a little too big still. So like all the needs are met. Chickens, dogs, whatever. I think it's just fucking decency to meet their needs. You know what I mean? So I don't know. To be fair, moms be like that, then shoo out their own kids. She is not that kind of person. No. All of her kids have, I mean, they're adults, but they have behavioral problems. Let's leave it at that. I don't want to criticize her. I do think that she's a nice person, and I do understand why she's such a people pleaser and how her kids got this way. I've really done a lot of fucking psychoanalyzing about this person and their family. So, like, I get it. I really do understand. But she's the one who has to deal with the behavioral problems of her adult children that she helped lead in this direction. You know what I mean? So that's a whole different thing I could talk about for a long time. I don't think it's out of line, but just gotta accept when people don't want help. That's true. So what I thought I would do is I would just tell her mom, like, this is what's going on. You know, you decide. And that was the best I could do about the chicken situation. I also decided I was going to clean her house and clean not the chicken coop, but I cleaned like the drinker, and I cleaned the dog water container outside. So that was all I could do. So I spent a fuck load of time. I cleaned this bitch's house because at first, so I was just spending like, I think it was like a weekend there. Okay. I have really weak lungs, and she lives in like a really dusty area. So I knew I was going to deal with like dust, but that's fine. But there was dust and dog hair and dander and like dirt, like actual dirt. And I was like, bro, what the fuck? What the fuck? So as soon as I got there, I started having trouble breathing. I was like, I'm just going to have to clean your whole fucking house. That's it. So I swept the whole area twice. I took out her trash. Her backyard had so much dog shit. She literally had piles of dog shit of them half-ass cleaning it. So I cleaned up all the fucking dog shit. It took 4 fucking trash bags. 4 like whatever gallon trash bags. Okay. I cleaned this whole fucking thing because how the fuck you have your dogs are associating with this dog shit. I could rant forever, man. Like no, we don't do that shit. And then your chicken coop, your chicken run doesn't have a top to it, and you live out in the middle of fuck ass nowhere. Yeah, no wonder you have chickens missing. The fuck. So, that was a whole different issue, and her chickens aren't like socialized, and it's like you don't socialize a dog, and then you're not surprised that they react to people. You know what I mean? That's fine, but like, I don't want your fucking chicken to bite me. I've been bit by one of my chickens when she just didn't know what was going on. But like, that shit hurts. They pinch. It's a pinchy, snippy bite, okay? No, don't like it. That shit was fucking gross. Algae in the big ass water tub that she had for her dogs. Dude, we're not letting our dogs consume algae water. What is wrong with you? Clean it. Get somebody else to clean it. Do it. Like, what the fuck? I didn't like it, so I just did it myself. So that was the best I could do. I was like, listen, all I can do is I can clean these water drinkers for the chickens. I can clean her whole fucking house. I can clean her fucking backyard. I dusted too. And that's all I can do. That's all I can do. Okay? That's what I did. And I'm sure it's back to how it was. Fucking gross. Now, where else was I at? You would chase chickens around the coop and try to pick them up by their tails? Yeah, they wouldn't like that. I do pick up my chickens. I think it's really important to socialize them. So I want my chickens to be handled because I need to be able to look at their butts, okay? Sometimes chickens just have butt issues. I need to know this. I need to know what's going on. I need to be able to pick them up, and if they have like a wound, address it. I need to do all the shit, so they need to be very comfortable with me. And several of them are, but I'm working on it with the rest of them. Gotta remember that the tarps are always going to be temporary. Yes, I do agree. You set up sorry. We set up tarps for a shed. By the next year, they were basically turned to shreds. Yes, so that's an issue. We have, my grandfather built basically like one of the first kinds of Jeeps. I guess it was like a kit initially. So he built one. He built like a frame for it, welded it all together. And we have that still on the property. And like, I live on family property. I pay like minimal rent, but I still pay, but it's not very much. But because of that, there's shit that I have to accept about where I live. For where I live, the property size is great. The house size is great. It's bad insulation, bad energy efficiency. I have to deal with that. High cost in electricity or gas, depending on the time of year. I mean, really high cost. Like, it's a lot. But I can have chickens, and that's nice. I can have dogs, that's nice. But also, like, my water situation. Water is not that expensive here, but The pressure is like the worst out of all the places I've lived, and I've lived in like 7 other houses. So that's some bullshit, and I just have to accept it. But the other part of it is like, in this house, there's bullshit I just have to live with. It's not my shit. I can't get rid of it, and I have to accept it. For example, the way that my dog cut her cheekbone was she ran into our fucking coffee table. This coffee table is massive. This coffee table is like the size of a twin size bed, okay? Like an extra large twin size bed. It's massive. And it takes up just too much area, and I don't like it. I'm not using it. I don't need this shit. But it's my family's. I can't move it on my own. I can't get it out of here. And it has glass on the top that just sits there. It's like it will pop out and break. So I have to live with this thing in my house. I have other shit in my garage, like other furniture that was in this house that I can't get rid of. It's just I have to accept it. It's how it goes. And that includes what we call the Ram. It's not actually a Ram, it's like a Jeep though. It's like a Willys. But it's like small and old, and it's kind of like, I guess for the size of it, it's kind of like an ATV size, but bigger and made out of metal. Anyway, so I have to keep this shit, and that means I also have to maintain it. And so I have to cover it with a tarp. And if you use the grommets the correct way, the way that people think you're supposed to, those tarps rip really easily due to like wind tear. So I know what you're talking about, Pookie. And that's what I want to avoid with this tarp. I want these tarps, which they're really sunshades, but you know, they're all fucking tarps. I want these to last longer. I don't have a driver's license, never mind being a car guy. Fair. Yeah, that's true, you don't. I am more of a car person than people expect. Like, I can change... I don't. My stepdad does it, but I do know how, and I have done it before. I can change my own oil. For my last car, I was literally underneath my car trying to figure out a wiring issue entirely, like, on my own. I've replaced, you know, the filters, obviously, like the air filters, the oil filters you have to do when you do the oil change. I've replaced spark plugs by myself and injectors by myself. If I can do it by myself, I will just do it. I know enough about cars at this point because of my stepdad that I can do a lot of car shit on my own. And I don't take my car to a car shop, but I'm actually, there's this guy that I went to school with. He works at one of the stores that I do grocery deliveries for. And oh my God, this is a different issue. You guys wonder, like, why the fuck aren't you streaming more? Blah, blah, blah. How busy can you be? I have so much shit going on. So one of these things is like, I have, it's like a small SUV, but it's not really that big. It's in between a car and an SUV. Anyway, the struts, the thing that opens the hatch and keeps it open for the trunk, which it's really a hatch for this vehicle type, those broke. They're just old, but they were like leaking a fluid. They broke. So I was just gonna buy them, right, on Rock Auto, which you look it up. It's like a drop shipping car part company. So I was gonna buy them there because it's super fucking cheap. They don't sell to people in my state anymore. They did last year, but they have, I guess they were supposed to be paying taxes and they haven't been. So my state has a lawsuit with them or some shit. I don't know. So that's unfortunate because they were going to be pretty cheap doing it that way. So I didn't know what to do. And I mentioned, because when I'm picking up these deliveries, they want to put it in the trunk. And I'm like, dude, I'm not going to hold up in my trunk. So we're going to have to like manhandle this a different way. So I called, or not called, I was telling him about this because we had just reconnected essentially. And he was like, just buy them on Amazon. And I was like, dude, I can't buy them on Amazon. I looked on Amazon. I can't find that shit. But the next time I saw him, he said the same thing. Just go look on Amazon. And he seemed so adamant about it. So I was like, bro, maybe he's onto something. Maybe it is. Like, maybe I'm not looking the right way, searching the right way. So I had AI look for me. I got these struts, 2 of them, for $14 fucking dollars. If I go to my auto parts store right now, I'd have to pay $32 for one. That's some shit, okay? That is some shit. So, anyway, I just bought them. They just came yesterday, a day late, but they came yesterday. And now my trunk works and it's awesome. I love using my trunk like an actual person. So, that's super duper. But anyway, so my ex does car stuff too. And he was friends with 2 different people that are really into car stuff and do like car repair on the side. And I use them to fix up my car because I bought my car from, which some of you know, I bought my car from what's it called? A tow company. So, it's really nice. It's really nice for what it is. But it did need to be fixed up because most people will never do car maintenance. And right now I still haven't bought the tires. They're almost bald. I need to really buy the tires, but I don't have enough money for it. So like I keep thinking like I'll get there, and then I run into other shit like with the chickens. It's like a whole thing, dude. Okay, anyway. So the struts are good, but what I really need, I'm so afraid that I'm going to take the car into to the tire people, and I'll be like, hey, I want your cheapest whatever tires, because I'm going to have to replace them regularly anyway because of my job. So I'm going to be like, I need these cheap ass tires, which they're still going to cost me, like, it's like $500. It's $432, but the price changes. So I'm afraid they're going to be like, we can't replace it because your control arm is really fucked. Because I can feel that my driver control arm, which I still haven't replaced either, I can feel that it's gotten worse. And the problem with your control arm is your control arm can be fucked, and you can be driving around with it for a long time while it's fucked, like longer than what I'm planning to do, you know? So, the control arm, once it gets really, really bad and you're still driving around with it, the problem is it will affect a lot of other parts. So I don't think we're quite there. I do drive, just so we're on the same page, because I talk to people about this and they really don't understand how well I know my own vehicle. I drive like 50 to 70 miles a day, 6 days a week. I know how my car should feel and sound on all the fucking materials at all different speeds. Not perfectly, like I can't like perfectly describe it, but I know because I drive a lot more than most people ever do. So I know what I'm talking about. And I also, this is not my first control arm problem. Anyway, so I would replace the control arm myself, but that's what I was gonna say is like my last control arm, I literally physically didn't have enough strength to pop the fucker out of its socket. So I literally can't do it because I'm weak, because I'm a girl. So I can't do it. So I was going to use the guys that I used to fix up this car, where I got it drivable and safe to begin with, right? And I had messaged one of the guys, the guy who did the majority of the work. He seems really, really knowledgeable about the whole thing. I really trust him, okay? I messaged him and I was like, hey, how much is it going to cost me? And he didn't give me a price. He didn't even respond. And I figured he's pretty busy. This guy works a lot more than most people. He works on the weekends. He doesn't take any days off. And he works after hours at his job. And it's not overtime. So I asked him, right? And he didn't respond. So I was like, well, he's busy. I'll just message him. Blah, 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 blah. And I messaged him like 2 weeks later, and he still didn't respond. And I was like, oh my God, what if my ex, because my ex is friends with him, and my ex spends a lot of money, like pays this guy to do work on the side, like a lot, often, because he just doesn't want to deal with it. So he I don't know what it's called, outreach. It's not outreach, like you just hand it off, you hand it off to this other guy. What if he's not gonna help me because he's friends with my ex? Who the fuck do I go to? I'm not going to a normal shop. Those guys charge out the ass. I'm not doing it. Not unless I have to. So anyway, I yeah, outsource. Thank you. He's not rich, but he definitely has a lot of excess money for sure. That he just spends on all kinds of shit. That's a whole different story. You haven't been around long enough to know. So I was going to ask this guy that I've reconnected with, like we honestly went to elementary school, middle school, and high school together. And he's the one who told me about getting the struts on Amazon, the lift gate extension rod, whatever, on Amazon. So I was hoping to see him today and ask him if he could just do it, because he told me that he has a shop. If you have a shop, you can do car work, and I would rather just pay him to do it. You know what I mean? So if he could do it, that would be super cool. But what if he's just being, you know, like sometimes, I'm sorry, I've spent a lot of time thinking about this. Sometimes you just meet people, and people will talk up their own life. And so you can't really trust people at face value, you know? So what if he's just saying that he has a shop, but he only does like very basic car work? And like, what if I actually know more about cars than he does? Do you know what I mean? And this isn't even a hobby of mine. I'm just learning about this shit to save money. Do you know what I mean? So like, what if he can't do it? But a lot of car guys, they don't know what they're talking about either, and they just end up making it work, learning in the process, usually to save money anyway. So like, maybe it could work. I don't know. I need to ask him and like gauge his behavior. That's what has to happen. But I didn't see him today. But I thought he worked today. So I don't know, because I should have seen him, but it could have just been like how it works out, the coinkydink of it. Anyway, so that's a whole different situation. There's always situations, dude. Yeah. So struts are awesome. Got that going. Car is mostly in good condition. I need a new control arm and the tires. What I was gonna do is just so initially I'm gonna buy the cheapest tires that I can find, which there is like it's a tire shipping company that I normally use, but when I looked at my local place that I normally use to install tires, their tires were cheaper. So I'm just gonna look real quick. Can I just sign in, because that'd be much easier. Oh yeah, fuck yeah. Oh, and it has my car. Fuck yeah. Let's go looky loo. I don't want wheels, I want tires. Whatever the cheapest is. Trade well tire. I don't know this shit. Shop by vehicle, shop by size. Can you just do my car? Oh look, shop products. Tires. Make it go. Make it go. Okay, we'll just do it, dude. Oh my god, there's like so much shit. Hold on, it wants me to click through all the bullshit. What type of driver are you? We're just gonna show in-stock tires, bro. I'm not telling you. Because it doesn't matter. I have to get new tires pretty regularly. What are your driving priorities? I don't care. Just show in-stock tires. Okay. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I'm gonna take this number and put it back in, because I think it's still showing me bullshit I don't give a fuck about. So we're gonna just put it back into their search engine, because what it's telling me that they have is much more than what I looked at before. You know what I mean, Jillibean? It's like $200 more expensive. But that could also be because I do go to this tire place often. I'll be like, put air in my tires, you know, so I've become friends with them. And they like, well, before I had, oh, do you guys know the Yu-Gi-Oh! Magic Girl? I had a key tag for her, and they all really liked that. I don't know why. Maybe because of the big titties, but that was really funny. What's the cheapest tire I can get? This one's $148, which puts me about $600. Let's go to our Where did I get that tire from? Let me look at my Gmail. Hold on. I can just go find the place that I bought them from. Because I think what I've learned from the tire people, they say, men of culture. They said that specifically November, and I want to say they said March. They said March and November, those are the most expensive and busiest months. So if you ever need anything done, don't go during those months. And I was like, why the fuck November? Like, that's weird. And they were like, no, it correlates with the holidays. Yeah, makes sense. Oh, Priority Tire is the place that I've used. So, Priority Tire. Let's go. Leave it. Oh, yeah. Are these the right size? Yeah, these are like 89. That puts me at about 4. So let's see. Are these the same? I think these are for the wrong car, though. So let me get the right size. I don't care about the brand. Like, a lot of people do. I think for my situation, because I get tires, not frequently, but like, I need them to be in the best condition, and it doesn't matter if they're cheap, because although rubber isn't actually rubber, you know, rubber isn't rubber, it's like the same thing. But let's go search. Searchy doodle. There's only 4 left of these bullshit tires with, it's a 4.9 rating with 265 comments. Let's go look. If they let me. I said comments. It looks like a comment box. It's actually reviews. Sorry about that. So they said it was fine for the first day, and now I'm having issues with tire pressure. When did they post this, though? They posted it in November, so it could just be that they don't understand how tire pressure works. They could just be stupid. Very happy with delivery. Great tires. Blah, blah, blah. Awesome. Got my tires the next day. The shipping was fast, tires look great, good pattern, they do right smooth. Okay, the turning right smooth, I guess is what this person means. They do ride quiet, good. Good grip on summer dry days. They ride good on the highways as well at 85 to 90 miles, no noise. No, they don't know. That's not life. Yeah, so they don't know enough about cars. I already know. We can't trust what they're saying either. Very basic. They just like the customer service. I'd buy this brand again. These all look like they're fake reviews now. Oh. Installed on my Highlander. Why would you get this small of tire on your Highlander? What? Maybe it's an older one. Okay, we'll just say it's older, and then it will make more sense. I bought these for my wife's QX70. I don't know this gibberish. Oh, yeah. So my type of car is like a QX70, but not a luxury vehicle. Great in the snow, rain, and dry conditions. I recommended the same to my aunt for her RAV4. Okay, that's real. And both of those vehicles are similar in size to mine. Ooh, a picture. Show me a picture. Oh, they do look really good. I put them on my Dodge Challenger and my Chevy Tahoe. The Chevy I don't get. Hello, Starbreeze. I was talking about Dark Magician Girl. You get the most bang for your buck. Okay, so anyway, there's 4 of these ones, but they could go quickly. They are $82.71. So the way it works at I take it to Discount Tire. Okay, so Discount Tire, I think it's like, I wonder if they just tell you. I think it's like $15 or $18 per tire. You get their warranty on it, which you can sometimes do. Are they? Oh, it's 7 p.m. Bro, I was gonna call them. I was like, I'll just ask so I have the right information. Oh, let's see. Expert installation, upfront pricing, easy scheduling. Free shipping to the store if you buy through their website. Tires as low as whatever, yeah, but not in my size. Low price, if you found it lower, we'll match it, yeah, but that you have to have the same one. So what is it? Treadwell installation. Fuck, I have to call them. They have this. Oh, you know what? Just Google it. Yeah, what am I doing? Discount tire. What's it called? Warranty. There we go. It's 10 to. So, yeah, oh. It can be up between $60 and $200. Oh, tire certificate. That's what I need. Let me read the policy. Our certificates for repair, refund, or replacement provide fair price protection for a safe repair, an exact replacement, or a full refund. How does it work though? We will cover the most common tire problems: road hazard, manufacturer defects. We provide life of tire replacement up to 3 30-seconds tread. Mine are not there yet. They're close. What does it say? I just need to know, is it their tires? Or if I can do it on the other tires. I don't remember. Alright, let's AI it. Can I get the warranty if I buy tires elsewhere and they install? I think so. And the warranty is what you need because, like, I go everywhere in these things. Okay. Yes, but it's handled on a case-by-case basis. Discount Tire will happily install tires you bought elsewhere as long as they are a safe fit for your vehicle, and they can sell you their certificates for repair, refund, or replacement for them. However, official company policy states that doing this for outside tires is ultimately up to the discretion of the specific store manager. Oh, this guy does it. Yeah, he does it. So I've already done it before. But that's why I didn't know for sure. So they say the standard fee for the certificates of tire, it's like $12 to $18. I think it was 12 and it went up to 18 after COVID. And that's why I have these numbers. So, it's not these ones. Where the fuck am I? I don't know where I am now. I'm lost. Lost and I need an adult. So there's only 4 of these ones. So, come on, bro. Load. Load, I'm talking. This internet, dude. These internet. Let's speed test it so I can tell our internet friendy what's cracking on our basic stream. Okay. Oh, it wasn't here either. Go back. Go back. Go back. Go back. Go back. Go back. Make it go. Make it go. Make it go. Oh, dude, my speed test, my download is potato right now. That explains a lot. A lot. It's loading still. We're just waiting for it to be an adult. Bro. Oh, somebody just bought these. Fuck. It goes so quickly. How are you supposed to do it? Yeah, so somebody just bought 2 of them. So let's go to one that isn't out the ass expensive. Sort by low, because we don't give a fuck. This one doesn't have any reviews. This one has reviews, but there's only 4 left, but it did just say 2. So let me, unless they returned it or it's like a issue. Yeah, it's the 2. Somebody just bought the 2 and it's just not updated correctly. No reviews. This one has reviews and there's no low stock. So what are these reviews though? This is a different brand. So this one's $90 per tire. Okay. So it's $363 for this. plus the warranty. So what happens with the warranty, how it works is if I buy these tires here at Priority Tire, get them shipped to my house, put them in my car, take them to my discount tire, ask them to install, I would have to pay for them to install them, pay for them to get rid of my old tires, and I would pay for the warranty put on these new tires. Their warranty basically says, you got some shit happening, we will replace your tires for, it's like up to, I think it's like up to $60 per tire, but either way, that's much cheaper than buying brand new tires. So getting the warranty is actually worth it in this case, only if I continue to go to these people, which I have for a long time. So that's what I want to do. Anyway, I just gotta take my fucking time, okay? Bum, 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 ba, da, 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 bum. Do they prorate tires too? I don't know what that means in this case. What does that mean in this case, Pokey? So let's look at these reviews. I got this for my Scat Pack charger. I'm really impressed. My wife accidentally ordered these. This is my third set of tires with less than 40,000 miles and by far the best ones yet. Okay. This was just a review about the company on these tires, but nothing about the tires. Again, a company review. Company review. Bought for a Ford Ranger. Okay. The ride is good. Okay. When was this? 2 years ago. Okay. We bought these for my terrain. Before we could get them on, we were involved in an accident. Our terrain was totally demolished. We have sold the tires. Okay, well, you're not fucking useful with your fuck ass review. I need to know about the tires. Again, a review about the company. Like half of these are a review about the company. Okay, so far they seem like a good tire. Is there any way I can buy road hazard warranty on these? No. So that's what people don't understand. When you buy car parts of any kind online, and it's not through like auto parts stores, you're not paying for the warranty in most cases. That's why it's cheaper. I'm not paying for the normal warranty when I buy these tires. I'm only paying for tread life warranty, which like it's not quite the same. It's not quite the same. So they only guarantee it up to 45,000 miles, but like it's very specific circumstances. At that point at all, why even write a review? I fucking know it. I don't know. It's probably like an email they send out realistically. I bet I received one I didn't even notice. Okay. The set of tires that I bought are already mounted, balanced, and trued. The fuck does that mean? What does trued mean in this case? The price was excellent. The ride is smooth. Yeah, it's... See, okay. You have brand new tires put on your car. The ride should be smooth. They're brand new. What? They're balanced. You have them mounted and balanced. Yeah, they're gonna be... What? And then like that one guy on the other tire, he said there was no road noise at 85 to 90 miles an hour. Yes, there is. Are you deaf? Like, what? Have you never been in vehicles on the road that speed before? I don't know. I don't know what's going on. You just gotta be careful with these reviews. We love this company. Company. A lot of quality for the price. I installed these on a 2006 Toyota Highlander, and they are very quiet and smooth all-season tires. I highly recommend them for Toyota and other cars that use this size tire. Smooth ride. What the fuck are we talking about? It's always a smooth ride. They mounted it with ease, so they did it themselves. This last part would be good if I did it myself, but I'm not doing it myself, dude. Tires are fucking heavy, and I'm not that strong. Again, I'm on page 15 of reviews, bro. What? Okay. It seems like for them... Oh. I am always terrified of hydroplaning when it rains, and I always look for a tire that will tread water. These tires tread water, and I feel safer when it rains. Okay. Gotta use your legs. I use my legs. I also work out. I'm actually picking up working out more. It took me a while to get into the idea because I don't like it. But I'm working out more now, so I got my stepdad to work out with me. Before he was going to the gym with me, but now we're doing at-home stuff because my ex, he left like this big workout thingy here. So I have like workout equipment. I also have like a running pad. It was really cheap. So or a walking pad. It's not a running pad, it's a walking pad. And we have resistance bands, and we have dumbbells of all kinds of sizes. So anyway, I got my stepdad to work out with me, and I was actually tired earlier today, and I think I was just tired because this fucking workout kicked my ass, man. Kicked my ass, and I worked, and I did a bunch of other shit. Kicked my ass, bro. Anyway, these tires look good. Okay. Let's double check compatibility so that I can give accurate information. It is a blah blah. I'm not supposed to tell you. That's what people told me. People said, don't tell people your car type. Okay. I already have. Some of you already know. I don't know if it's a red or green or base, so just beat it. Yeah, it works. It's compatible. Okie dokie. They are all-weather, high-speed performance, enhanced controllability. Is there any other information I need to know? No, not really. Okie dokie. So, they are $90.93 per tire. For 4, it would be... Let's just go figure it out, huh? Shipping is free. Cool beans, jelly bean. Okay, so we don't have to worry about that. So if it's $363, let's go on the higher end of the warranty thing, which is I said 12 to 16, right? We're gonna say 15. So so it's 15 times 4 is 60. So 60 plus 360. What did I say? 363.72. So it's like 423. So what I was looking at before was like 432 or something. I have it posted in the Discord. Anyway, sorry, I was just talking and I wasn't looking at chat. Oh my god! Hold on. We can fix this, don't worry. Ooh, wrong one. Hold on. We fixed it. So, yeah. So, that's what I'm looking at. And my plan this month, okay. My plan this month was to buy the tires this month. And I couldn't manage it because there's a few things that I had to buy. So my chickens a different issue I ran into with them is that they weren't eating their fucking chicken food, okay? You're not gonna grow your feathers if you're not eating your fucking chicken food. They just wanted snackies. Fucking spoiled chickens, bro. So I had to take away the snackies for a long time. We've just slowly reintroduced them. They only get them twice a day now, which they were getting them twice a day, but like now I have like a measuring Scoopy thing, so they can only get a certain amount, which is less than the maximum amount that you can give for all your chickens. Anyway, you don't want to give your chickens too many snacks because chicken snacks are high in fat content. High fat content for chickens will lead to liver damage, and a fatty liver on chickens will kill them. You'll just have chickens that just keel over and die. Like literally you wake up, they fell over and were dead. So, anyway, I had to get them to eat their fucking food and they just won't eat it. So, so before I was feeding them like a powder, because they were chicks and they liked the powder. They didn't like the powder, we switched to pellets. They didn't like the pellets, but we're sticking with the pellets because that's what grown-up chickens eat, okay? We're gonna eat our fucking pellets, chickens. So anyway, with chicken food, you can give them dry pellets, you can give them wet pellets and mix it together with some like kind of warm, like lukewarm water, and it becomes like chicken oatmeal, which is what I call it, but it's called chicken mash. And then you can also ferment their feed, which I started to ferment their feed and then I forgot about it. But so they like chicken mash. I was feeding them chicken mash twice a day. Okay, so what that looks like is 3 to 4 cups of their food mixed with water up until an oatmeal consistency. That's all it was. But then they lost weight. They were eating the mash but losing weight. And it's because it's still not a high enough protein content. So I had to solve that fucking problem. So I bought a new feed. It's still the pellets. It's higher in protein. And then I told you about all the treats and shit that are higher in protein because I feel so bad because they lost weight. I can't have underweight chickens. You don't want your chickens too fat. It's really not healthy for them. And you really don't want them too thin. And my personal preference with my animals, like cats, dogs, and now chickens, is I don't want them fat, but I want like a little bit of cushion because more often than not, when animals get sick, they stop fucking eating. And it's really hard to recover when they're malnourished because they weren't fucking eating because they were sick. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of things you can do with cats and dogs to give them enough food or whatever to try to like give them enough calories to eat, but sometimes it doesn't work and I've experienced this, and so I want to not experience this issue, and so I want like just a little bit of cushion, you know, a little chunky, get a little chunky on there. So this was a whole different issue, so I spent a lot on chicken snacks and food. Not a lot, like it's but it's a lot. And then Kazooie had a really bad allergic reaction at the start of the month. Not this month, but last month. She had a really, really bad allergic reaction. I took her to the vet because it was like, well, so she ruptured a blood vessel in her ear. And what that does is it fills up the skin, like in the stuff in between the skin with blood. You have to do something about it. So I took her to the vet, you know, and I was like, hey, what's going on? She has been really itchy, a lot more than normal. I think she just scratched it. And they're like, yeah, that's probably what happened. And they were like, well, so if her allergies are really bad, you should get her on this shot. You should get her on this medication. And there's this shampoo. And there's also this, what's it called? Mousse. And so I was like, no. I know the shot and the medication is really out the ass expensive, bro. I'm not doing that. Okay, I'm not doing that. I was like, if we can avoid it, I'd rather not. I already am very particular about her food because she's a pit bull mix. She looks pit bull now, but as a puppy, she looked like a retriever. So, I figured out that like through trial and error, we have tried so many dog foods. that she does not do well on chicken, but she also doesn't do well on chicken meal. And if you look at basically any fucking dog food that says it's anything other than chicken, it oftentimes will have chicken meal. What is chicken meal? It's random chicken shit, not shit, but like random chicken protein that's been mushed down into like bullshit, and it's used to bulk up the protein content. So, right, I mentioned this at the beginning of the stream. So right now, I feed my dogs Purina Pro Plan, salmon and rice. This is a grain-inclusive dog food, which is a whole different topic. I have done my own research, reading studies, multiple studies, not like one or two. Like I'm a little autistic if you can't fucking tell. So I read a fuckload of studies on the heart problem that is associated with feeding your dogs a grain-free diet. And I'm not doing that shit. They can have grain-free, like, canned food every once in a while, but I will never, ever put them on that kind of diet because it's clearly linked to pea protein. And I'd rather not take that risk. Anyway, I have 3 dogs, you know, so like we have to be careful about the costs as well. And then like there's different issues because like again, I have discussed my dogs at length before, but not everyone has been around who's here right now as long. Kazooie, she is the first dog that I got as an adult that became my family. And she has a chicken allergy. She has a weaker immune system because she's a pit bull. It means that she has seasonal allergies. She did have parvo. She was vaccinated for parvo, okay? But she ended up contracting it before she had the vaccination, so it was like just in her system. So she has had parvo, and that's fine. She can't get it again now. But I experienced that. Like I adopted her 3 days later. She was sicker than, I want to say a dog, but you know. So she was sicker than a dog, and I took her to the vet and she had parvo. So because of my job, because I don't have to commit a full amount of time, I was able to every 2 hours, okay, every 2 hours, all day, all night, for 2 fucking weeks, give her the IVs, fluid, whatever, the fluid bags that she needed. I gave her the medication that she needed. Like I did all the shit. So anyway, that's part of why I have a really good relationship with her. And it's also part of why I started learning so much more about dogs. Anyway, I got distracted. So she's got chicken allergy. Not to my chickens, to chicken food and chicken meal. So getting food is a pain in the ass. Guess what? Guess what the most common allergies in dogs are? It's chicken and beef. And what this really is it's like an exposure thing. It's an immune system exposure thing. Anyway, so she's been on Purina Pro Plan, salmon and rice, for now it's been a little over a year, and I had switched from Diamond Naturals All Life Stages, and I really like that brand. It's cheap, it's all life stages, it has like a lot of stuff that you need for puppies and adult and senior dogs, but Kazooie has a sensitive immune system. Diamond Naturals makes a lot of different dog foods, and Diamond Naturals, it is cheaper, you know, so they at some point had some kind of zinc issue. And I know because she started growing granules on her, and these granules are made out of the exact same material that your dog's paw pads have. So I did enough research about this. I know that's what happened. So I switched her from Diamond Naturals to Purina Pro Plan. Those granules went away, completely gone. So it was a diet related issue. But at first you see like a bumpy lumpy on your dog and you're like, oh my God, it's cancer. You know? And I mean, there's always a possibility, but they literally went away as soon as I changed her diet. Come on. Anyway, so on Purina Pro Plan, she has had itchy paws, but so has Nova. Okay, Nova is also allergic to chicken. It's not as intense, but she's also allergic to chicken. So I I have to be careful with the chicken. Tier Bear loves chicken. He can have chicken, but I can't give him chicken because the other dogs will smell the chicken on him. Anyway, it's a whole deal. So, Tier Bear and Nova have had itchy paws as well. Tier Bear not as much, but Nova had them, and she has them on this Purina Pro Plan salmon and rice. Okay, so the reaction that Kazooie is having is much less than like with food than I've seen before. So when she started to have like the really itchy where we ruptured a blood vessel in her ear, I guess, I figured it was environmental. I don't think it is now. Okay. I don't think it is. I think that she's allergic to something in this food because I brought up the granules for a reason. Okay, so she's getting a different type of growth, and it's actually an overproduction of keratin. It's the same material as their paw pads, but it shows up like on different parts of their body. So she has one that's coming out of one of her eyebrows, like where their eyebrow like whisker things are. And it's also coming out of the corner of her eye. And so she had the same issue as a puppy, and she was on Purina Pro Plan as a puppy. Why? Because that's what vets fucking push, man. They always push Purina Pro Plan. Anyway, so I know that you can cut those off with like a sterile, what's it called? Instrument. You can like sterilize your instrument, tool, whatever. You can cut them off, and once their diet has changed, they won't grow back. I know this. She had it as a puppy. I took her to the vet. They told me that was what was happening because her paw pad material was growing all fucking weird, and they're like, this is what's happening. Switch her to Purina Pro Plan. It won't happen again. Okay? It did happen again. Okay? So, I want to switch her back to the dog food that I had tried once. Right before COVID, it was fucking awesome. Okay? But COVID happened, and they jacked up their fucking price for a 22-pound bag of dog food by like $30. And it has come down since, but it's still expensive. But she never had a single issue. She didn't have itchy paws. She didn't have like itchy belly. Her back wasn't itchy either. Her skin was nice. Her coat was shiny. Her eyes were bright. You know, she had natural energy on this food. And I only switched because they jacked up their fucking price during COVID. That's it. Anyway, I'm probably going to go back because it's the only thing that has worked. I have tried like... We've probably tried like 20 or 30 dog foods. Okay, so the food that I'm going to switch her to, the one that I just bitched about, is Natural Balance Limited Ingredient Diet Duck. It's duck and brown rice, I think. It's duck and rice at least. They do have duck and some kind of potato, and that's the grain-free one. That's the grain-free one. And again, I've already explained why I'm not going to do grain-free. Listen, if you do it, you do you. I don't give a fuck. You make your choices. You know what I mean? If it works for you, sometimes it might just work. It might be the thing that works best. But I don't want to take that risk. And I'm not going to. So, I do understand, like, I have looked into this. Like I said, we've been on so many foods. I've looked into the cost of, like, making them their own food. I have looked into, like, what kind of supplements I could get that would help Kazooie's immune system. I have looked into, like, the allergy shit. So, anyway, vet was like, get on the pill. It's a pill and a shot. And it's like okay, so the shot itself is like $160. So the pill is like $80. And then I'd have to pay for the vet visit every month. Bro, I'm not doing that. Okay? I'm not doing it. So, I was like, well, give me the shampoo, give me the mousse, and, we'll treat, I had to have the surgery done on her ear. what the surgery was is they had to drain the blood from her ear and stitch it up like a blanket, essentially like a quilt. And that allows the scar tissue to form so that if she scratches her ear, like her head, and ruptures another blood vessel on that side of her head, it won't cause the same issue because the scar tissue will be blocking it. And then because it's a smaller area where the blood will form, the body will reabsorb it in a nicer way. So anyway, we had to have that done. Okay. That was the money I was going to spend on the tires. So it is how it is. Anyway, we're gonna switch to the dog food. Yeah, I know my money situation is weird, but like, what am I supposed to do? Buy the expensive shot and medication? Fuck no. Okay. Anyway, natural balance is what we're doing. That's the plan. I was gonna switch them this week, see how it goes. And the thing is, it is a higher quality food, not just because it's limited ingredient diet. It is a higher type of protein, higher quality protein. What that means is theoretically she and the other two dogs should be eating less because it's higher quality food. It's more nutrient dense. Like, that's the whole idea. So like, maybe it won't even end up being that much more expensive. I won't know until I try it. But we're at the end of our bag right now, so I either have to go buy Purina Pro Plan or I have to switch. And she has been on this food before. I know companies change their thing, but I really think it's gonna be okay. Anyway, let me go back to where I was because I'm still on the Twitch chat and I'm stuck. Depending on how many points of connections that you're wanting, you can just tie it down using ropes and connecting it to the tarp directly with knots, not needing to go with the grommets. Yeah, so I have a sun tarp. It's actually a privacy shade, but it has like the same efficacy against sun, like the UV protection, as the sun tarps that I bought. And I don't need this privacy screen where I was using it. So I cut it in half, and it's actually covering the west side of the chicken coop and the south side. So I tied this one down using the grommets. And then I got these clear tarps, which were like $7, to cover the rest of the roof where the plastic was like ripping up because it's already been up there for a while. So I got the clear tarp and I secured the clear tarp up there. And the way I secured the clear tarp is exactly the way you're describing, troglodyte. Can you not use a piece of metal going through the grommet? So I can use any kind of metal. I can just secure it with wire. The problem is like the force math and energy math makes it so that if I don't have something that absorbs the energy from the wind, it is going to rip the grommet off the plastic. That's the problem. So like, I can do that and it's just really not going to last very long with how intense these winds are. I need it to last a little bit longer. So I'm trying to figure out if I can just get something that absorbs the energy on the metal to metal to metal issue, if it will just last a little bit longer. And I kind of think that the gas fuel line for cars should work, but I won't know. I won't have, I'm a visual person, not just like this kind of visual. I need to touch it. I need to touch it and see for sure. I think it is though. I think it'll work, but I was hoping I could just ask you guys and you would know. Have it be like a T going through there. So I can do that T thing that you're saying, but I still, if it's metal on metal, I still need something that absorbs the force of the wind. We still haven't started gaming? No. It's probably not going to be a gaming day, I'm serious. I got so distracted. We went on a bit of a tangent. Oh yeah, a bit. Potentially you could use a wall anchor with an eyelet bolt going through the grommets. What is it? Is the wall anchor the triangle thing? I think the triangle thing would be, let me copy that and schmoogle it. Schmoogly schmoogle. I think the triangle thingy would be easier. What is this? What is that? I don't know this. Are we talking a wall anchor? Hold on. We'll just image it, you know what I mean? Let's do properties. Are we talking about... Where is it? This? That's kind of big. Are we talking about this thing? It's like a plane. Okay. Those types of people are soul draining. You can have a better conversation with a wall. Yes. Yes. You sent that when I was talking about the girl and her mom. Yeah. Well, so I do really like her mom. But like I said, I understand how her adult children became the type of people they are now. And these people really do have a very good relationship. Yeah, that is the thing. Okay. Together, and I'm happy for them that their family is the way that it is, but at the same time, y'all are adults and we live in the same fucking community. Where can I get this from? Oh, they have them. I don't know what I would secure this to, because that's the other part of the issue. Oh my god, should I just show you a picture of the fucking... I don't know if I have a good enough picture right now on my phone of like the Coop situation. And I don't want you to be judgy, okay? Don't be judgy pants. Everyone is very judgy pants. I get it. Let's find a Coop picture and we'll see what's up. Home Depot, Lowe's. Oh, no, I don't see home. Oh, no, I see smaller ones, like tinier ones for Lowe's. Let's... You know what's really funny? When my uncle calls me and tells me to go buy shit at a hardware store, he will never mention Home Depot, but when he's looking at the items and he says, well, at my hardware store, they have this, he's always talking about Home Depot. Just say Home Depot. Just do it. Like, I never understand. You're right. It's called a drive anchor. Okay. Let's go look. You can't see this part. That's okay. Boom, 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 boom. It's a $15 package, or $15 quantity package for $10. Okay, so here's the problem. Let me show you my chicken coop. I won't show you the whole thing for reasons. Anyway, so I was gonna buy the tires. I had planned this all out. Financially, I was good to go. I was like, I'm just gonna do this. This is my whole plan. Okay. I told my stepdad I was maintaining it, and then like the chicken situation happened, and then the dog situation happened, and there's more to the dog situation, but honestly we just keep going around. So all of the money I had for that and a little bit more ended up going to the animals. And like in addition to that there was my stepdad had some medical issues, so that prevented me from working. So like it's a whole thing. Let me find a good picture. I have this really cute video of Rosemary. She's such a cute fucking chicken because she'll make direct eye contact because she loves me so much. I don't want you to think it's ghetto. I also have really cute pictures. So First Real Chicken is one of my... She's the chicken that injured her beak. Her name's Lizzie, but she's my first fully feathered chicken, so she's my First Real Chicken. Anyway, First Real Chicken, because we're such good friends now, she's so fucking cute. She just makes these little baby noises all the time. She just goes... Bah, 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 bah. And they all do that, but like, I'm gonna play it. I play a video. You'll hear the audio. You'll know what I mean. It's so fucking cute, bro. Oh, she didn't do it. Hold on. She's so cute. She just does that all day. That's her whole life. I could just pick her up and just hold her, and she'll yell at me a little bit. She'll be like, I don't like it. But then she'll just go pop, 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 pop. She's such a cute fucking chicken. Eva yells. She's a yeller. She's a complainer. That's what she is. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Do. Sorry, I have a lot of pictures and they're not categorized. I haven't categorized them in a while. This is an older picture. It looks much more ratchety than it is. This is when I was putting the tarps and shit on. Okay. Oh, we could do this. This will kind of help you understand one part of it. So let me send this to... I have a Discord where I just share images and links between my phone. Let's find it though. Okay, so let me open that real quick. Don't judge me, okay, Judge Pants. It is a dog kennel because a different ex, his dad, when I first got Kazooie, he's like, I don't need this dog kennel, you can have it. So he gave me it. I didn't need it for the purpose that he gave it to me for. So I ended up using it to actually section off parts of the property so that the dogs had a huge area and it was secure for them going to the rest of the property. That was my whole plan. And then once I decided I was going to get chickens, I was like, oh my god, I can repurpose that and they can be part of my chicken run. You know what I mean? So let us upload this image, browse. Okay, so the dog kennel, where it's a big dog kennel, okay? It's like an outdoor big old thing. It is made out of metal, and this matters because the tarp is going to end up having to come off of this. I was just going to secure wood to this. Don't judge me, Judgy Pants, okay? Don't do it, okay? What I have going on, as fucked up as it looks, it actually works fine. I'm really, I know enough. I know it's fine. Just don't judge me. Okay, so I'm going to show you the dog kennel so we're on the same page about the dog kennel. Okay, all right. Yeah. Let's make it a little bit larger. Maybe not that large. It's going to cover my fucking face. Oh, hold on. Okay, so this is the door. You can't see my mouse, right? Anyway, this is the door part to the run. How you get to the coop is through the run. It is a massive run for 6 chickens. You can see the electrical cable. It's a, you know, a green extension cord. It's like 25 feet or something, I don't know. That I'm using to wire electrical out there, and see how I said it was off the ground. This is what I meant. The plastic that you see here is not there now. This is an older picture, but this is the plastic, and you can see why I had to remove it. It starts to rip because it deteriorates over time, but during the winter it was pretty good. It's just the cold damage and all that, and then it started getting hot, like it's gonna rip. It's fine. I've accepted that if I want a weatherproof coop and run, this is going to be like a yearly expense. I still have more. The roll was like $50. So, and it covered the whole thing. So we're good. Anyway, so if we're looking at this picture, I am going to make it bigger now. So we're all really on the same page. So this, this wood that you see, it's not structurally supporting anything. The metal wire is secured to the kennel, and it's secured to the coop itself. These are just to prevent sloping, okay? I don't actually need these wood, so don't judge me about them. That brown thing that looks like wood, but it's actually cardboard, that's just there to block sun. I don't need that either. So, and I don't have this plastic anymore. I've replaced this part. Anyway, all right, we're on the same page. Don't judge. Don't judge. Don't judge. This is what I was saying. I like get embarrassed because I feel like it looks really ghetto, but it's actually not that bad. but you know what I mean? Like, is it really? No. Okay. Okay. Oof. Calm the fuck down. We're fine. Anyway, let's not look at my tree either. So my point is, on this corner where the electrical cord is coming in, I need, not this corner actually, I don't actually need sun protection here. I need it on the other corner, but I don't have a good picture of it. And it's too dark for me to go get a picture right now. I need a spacer of at least 6 inches so that the tarp is resting 6 inches above the roof of my run and coop. And so this is part of my run, what you can see in this image, and I need the spacer. So what I was going to do is just I have a bunch of scrap wood. I have all kinds of scrap wood here, weird fucking sizes. I have enough that I can make a spacer of 6 inches for this section, okay, on the other side, not this end. So I would just make a spacer. I can secure it with, like, I have screws and bolts and whatever. And then I would, in that spacer, I would add the eyelet bolt. And then I would secure the spring clip, which again is a carabiner. And then I would secure that to the tarp. Do you see what I'm saying? Do you see what I'm saying? Do you know what I mean? So, like, I feel like it should work. Wood absorbs a lot of energy, and depending on the density of the wood, it should also help. But it's the metal on metal on metal absorbing the tarp damage, or sorry, the wind damage from the tarp. So anyway, let me get you a different picture. Because now I feel like I have to justify my whole chicken situation. No, because that has the tarp still. I think I might have a newer picture, but I really don't think so. Okay, so this is a different situation. We had such high winds that the chickens were upset, and I felt bad for them. So my ex, the one who buys all kinds of bullshit, he left a rubber shed thingy, like rubber plastic shed that had warped in the sun, that he was like, I'm gonna get rid of it. And I was like, dude, why don't you just fix it? You could just put in like a wood frame and then you could just use it as a shed. And he didn't want to do that. He would rather just go buy a new one. Okay, all right, Mr. Moneybags, what the fuck ever. So I was like, well, I want it. Because I can repurpose it. And I didn't even think I'd ever use it for this, but this is actually a great purpose. I was just gonna frame it. Just not like real framing, because I don't know how to do that, but half-ass frame it, okay? I was just gonna, like, you know, do what I, like, watch some videos, figure out how to half-ass frame and do a good job, you know? So that was my plan, but chickens were experiencing way too much wind. And the way that most people counter this is they just don't have that big of a run or a coop, so they don't have to deal with it. I have to deal with it. Anyway, I'm going to send this picture. Do not judge me. I mean, you can, but I can explain everything. So if you're going to judge me, I'd rather we had an open conversation so I can be like, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Let me explain. Okay, so let me send this one. I will send the actual, I'll share the whole picture this time. Okay. All right. And then we can see how what this looks like. Right now, these aren't even on because when it's hot, I need more airflow, so I put these down. But I drilled holes through these things, and I secured them to my fence with wire because I don't know why, but we have so much wire. It's pretty awesome. I've made a lot of use out of this wire. Anyway, okay, distracted, I'm sorry. do 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 da 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 do do do. Do not judge me, judgy pants. Or if you do, let's have an open conversation. Okay, we're on the same page. Thanks. Here we go. All right. Nope, that's not it. Did it not? Did I? No, it is. Oh, it's big. It's big. Shh, 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 shh. I'll fix it. Da, da. Ew, oh yeah, it's from my phone, so it's a massive, massive picture. Hold on, I'm resizing it where you can't see it. Da, da, do, 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 do. All right, let's go. Okay, so I'm gonna make it big. We're gonna be on the same page. I'm gonna explain everything. Don't be judgy pants. Okay, okay, okay. It should actually be, we'll do this. This is better. Okay, so you can see at this point, this is from a while ago. Let's zoom in a little bit more actually. All right, so these are the parts. The water bottle is fine. I need it there. Don't judge me. I just don't have a good place to put it, but I really do need it where it's at. So so we have, these are the bottom floor parts of my ex's shed that he left. I actually want to just spray paint them this color of this like sun tarp that I have over here, and this is the sun tarp that I mentioned. Remember how I said it's not a sun tarp, it's a privacy screen that I cut? Well, here's one on the back wall, if we, you know, like right in the center of the screen, and then here is another one, and then the other one is actually partially on top here. You see what I'm saying? Anyway, we have like lights in there, and this is like the dog crate I was talking about, and the fan, and I need to cut a hole. Listen, I know I'm just not there yet. I have so much shit going on. I need to cut a hole on the back wall so it's not pushing it into the run, but because the heat is actually higher, it's not bothering the chickens, and I know because I've tested it with the thermostat. All right, a lot has gone on. Don't judge me. I'm already embarrassed. Again, I don't need the wood at the top. It's more because I didn't want the drooping, and I don't actually have a deal with it. It's fine. It's okay. It's fine. Okay, anyway. So so these, this, and this, and there's one right here on the west. This is the west side of the run. Okay. So this is to block the west sun. This is right here to block the wind. The water is just because sometimes I have plants, they're right out of the screen side here. I water my plants for my chickens here. I have rosemary, lavender, I had marigold, but that shit got fucked up. I have kale for them. It's literally just my chicken garden, but they're just in pots. Oh, I have a tomato plant for my dad because he really likes beefsteak tomatoes, and I was like, we'll just grow one. I'm already doing plant stuff. Let's just do it. Now that I'm here and I'm distracted, let me explain my coop. So I have underneath this concrete block that you can kind of see, the cinder block, I have predator wire is what it's really called. It's called a predator skirt. It's the same exact wire that you saw that I used on the top. It is a hardware cloth, and it will help if things are trying to dig to get in, which you will encounter depending on where you are. I'm actually much more likely to run into weasels, raccoons, and rats. Those are my... Oh, and skunks. That's my whole situation. I am mostly concerned about weasels. You could just ask for the shop name and Google it. I guess it would be about 500 for 4. What type of driver are you? Inebriated. I'm not inebriated. What is your priority driving? Inebriated. Yeah, test it. Tell that clown what's up. I will. Home gym is best gym unless you're looking for a booty after your workout. Yeah, fair. Feet pads growing on anywhere other than the feet sounds pretty alarming. It's not feet pad, it's like the keratin from their, or I don't know what it's called, from their feet. But anyway, I think that if I change the dog's diet, it shouldn't happen. Now that I'm looking at it, couldn't you just add more grommets to the tarp to disperse the energy if it's not going to be intrusive and just above the coop? I can guess, but then I'd have to buy more eyelet bolts, and the problem with that is these things are like $8 a piece. So ideally, if I don't even have to use the eyelet bolts, I'd really like not to, because from what I've calculated, I'm going to need it. I mean, it could be 8, which would be fine, but I mean, it's not really fine, it's still a lot of money. But it's 8 to 10 of these eyelet bolts already. So I don't know what I would do. You have to get ready for work. Well, it was nice to have you here, Zip. Thank you so much for contributing. I'm sorry I got so distracted. Sometimes you just got to get the right terminology to get things on Amazon. Yeah. Is this Baby Bear? Hello, Baby Bear. How are you? Oh, he's having some feelings. How are you right now? He's also a very sensitive dog. He's got, like, he throws little tantrums, gets his feelings hurt. It's a whole deal. Are you feeling emotional? Do you want to snuggle? Yeah, we'll just snuggle. It's okay. I'll rub you. You just stay here and I'll rub you. And then, did you hear that little groan? That was Nova getting upset that I'm giving attention to Tyr. She knows that she has to wait, so she's sitting behind him, waiting for her turn. And this is what I was talking about when it comes to the jealousy thing. Like, I deal with this every day, multiple times a day. She just needs to wait her turn. And we talk about how it's Tyr Bear's turn, or it's Nova's turn. Okay, stop pushing me. You gotta go. You're pushing me. No, don't push my water. Don't be booping stuff. You gotta go. We're not booping. Okay, do you want me to pet you too? Okay, can you sit down? No, I don't want you to crawl on my lap. No, you don't need to do that. You just sit down and I'll rub on you. And that's something that she doesn't understand. She kind of thinks that she has to hit me with her paw. And I do mean hit. Like, I have bruises. She thinks that she has to hit me to tell me that she really didn't like it. And I need to give her attention right now. You're fine. You big old baby. And then right now, for example, this is a behavior of hers where she's trying to figure out, she really does think that she is competing with the other dogs for my attention. She is watching him to see if he'll come back. But he isn't trying to compete with her. So it's like her own, like, mini game, essentially. You had a buddy that borked the control arm and the part that connects the control arm. You had to use a hand sledge to knock it into place. Yeah, see, what the fuck am I supposed to do about that? Anyway, hold on. What am I supposed to do about my control arm? Dude, I don't know. I really don't know. Control arms are super easy to fix. I'm not saying they're not easy to fix. So, on my last vehicle, I fucked up both control arms. They needed to be replaced. And I couldn't get the fucking thing out of the sockety thing. I physically just didn't have enough strength. My stepdad is old. I mean, like, no shade, you know, good for you surviving. But he didn't have enough strength either. So I had to wait until my ex got off work, and he didn't even want to help me. He was all bitchy about it. But, like, dude, you're the man. You're the car man. Fucking help me, dude. Anyway, he did it and bitched about it and was super whiny about doing a car thing, using his strength. Okay. So he had to do it. And when he did it, it was like one big yank. And he was able to do it just fucking fine. What the hell? We tried using tools and leverage and, like, pulleys and whatever. Like, we just couldn't do it. Driving priorities. Must roll. No holes or rips. Yeah. The men of culture from the tire place that I go to. They're very funny. And I was talking about Dark Magician Girl, but the key tag is dirty, and when I tried washing it, it didn't look good. So I got rid of her. So now I don't have a key tag, but my keychain is the Doctor Who TARDIS. You had 15-inch tires on your Silverado. Worked well enough because it wasn't a crew truck. It was going from job site to job site truck. That's a little bit more mileage. But how long did it last? Your stream stuttered? Yeah, my internet is having some bullshit. Okay, bullshit. Only saying so. Thank you so much. Yeah, I didn't know what you meant for prorate. You said it might have been what I was describing, but it's where you get money back based on the treads used. No, my company doesn't do that. You said you have brand new tires on your car. The ride should be smooth, and it just had me thinking of those videos of people sanding their tires. What? People sand their tires? You gotta use your legs, Chevrolets. Or your Subarus. I need a gym partner or else I don't work out. So, listen. I can talk about fitness for a while, okay? So, I want a gym partner because the gym partner will keep away the guys. And, you know, motivation is really nice. And it's so hard. It's so hard to find somebody who can go to the gym at the same time, okay? Who, I mean, I don't really have people friends. I mean, y'all are friendly and I like y'all, but like here, no, I don't, I don't have people. So like having that is hard, but also I don't want to go like Planet Fitness is super cheap everywhere, you know. They're like a 15 to 20 minute drive, dude. I mean, it's like 15, but I don't want to. I've done it, but I don't want to. But they're the cheapest. And I've looked. We don't have any other places. But I really want to get into lifting the barbell. Nope. I don't know what it's called. The big bar that guys are like, ooh, big strong. You know what I'm talking about? I want to lift that thing. So I'd like to go to a gym for that. Do the squats with the lifting thing, you know. Everything else I think I could do at my house. I don't know what else I could do that would do the same thing. I think it'd be a little bit harder to get the same efficacy. But I don't know. Anyway, don't have a gym partner. I don't really have friends. And then when I say keep away the guys, it's no shade, okay? I took my stepdad with me because I was playing, I was paying for the Planet Fitness, the uppity membership where you can bring a buddy for free, technically, but not really. It's not really for free because you're paying for it. But it was like $20. He could go with me, okay? So I took him with me, and he does not like working out. He hates it. But then once he starts working out, he loves it because he feels so strong. And he was in the military for 30 years. Even right now, he's 84, and he's fucking jacked on his arms in particular. So, like, I think it would be beneficial for him to get more into it. So when I am going to work out, I get him to do stuff with me. But I don't have a Planet Fitness membership anymore because I was like, I'm not going to fucking drive there. That's it. I'm not doing it. My closest gym is like $40 a month. And it is very close, you know. But I'd have to set up like a year contract or something, and it's still a lot of money. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. There's another gym, it's just slightly farther. Oh, so I said closest gym. It's like a 5-minute drive. I could do that, you know? I could maybe. But also I want to be able to go whenever I want to go, you know? So I don't know if they do that. I don't want to go when it's like super busy. Anyway, when I was taking my stepdad with me, he noticed what I noticed before, which is like, I'm not wearing like hoish outfits, bro. I'm wearing like leggings, sure, but I wear a shirt that's like really big and it covers like it doesn't mitigate the size of my bust. You can't. There's a reason why my model has a big chest, because it represents me. But the shirts that I wear cover like half of, like, we'll say most of my butt, you know what I mean? Because I'm not trying to be a hoe, but I want to feel snatched, which you feel in leggings, and they're athletic wear anyway. I wear athletic wear ones, not the yoga ones. And, you know, I also want to be able to breathe and not wear like some fuck-ass sports bra shit that people do. Like, I wear a sports bra, but I wear like the baggier shirt over it. Anyway, he noticed... He noticed that I was getting a lot of lookers, and I was like, right? And I was like, look at my outfit. Why? I was like, I don't even have makeup on. I don't look that good, you know what I mean? Like, what is going on? And he was like, I don't know, but I saw this guy, and do you remember that guy? And I was like, yes. I'm so glad that you noticed too. You know what I mean? I don't want to be like having my head up in the clouds about it. So I took him with me several times, and it's just something that he pointed out to me before I even told him that it was something I was experiencing multiple times. So, yeah, I don't like that. I need a buddy that'll keep him away. So, you like this kind of stream? Oh my god, Troglodyte! Guess what? I told other people about this. Pokey's actually one of the people who knows about this. I'm like yelling at you. There is a guy on Twitch. You know what? I'm still part of his Discord. There's a guy on Discord. He's on Twitch. There's a guy on Twitch. He is a gym bro, and his whole stream is about being a gym bro. He's actually he's gotten, I don't know, some stuff. He's gotten more in shape, I guess, over the years. He wasn't that bad in shape. He was kind of just like a dude. He's just a dude. Now he looks like a gym bro. I will link his thing, but so I used him for motivation when I was going to the gym sometimes. He has a pretty nice community. His thing is mostly just working out, but he also has like, do you know something? It's called Catan. I think it's a board game, isn't it? It's something like a board game. He's kind of a nerd, but he's fun. I'm not really a member of his community in the sense that some people would think. I'm a lurker. So, let me link you. His thing is called Sun Gym. And I do like recommending him because you don't see these types of streams that often. They are, you know, they are pretty cool for what they are. And he has a whole system if you want to get into it. They do have, I don't know, some shit, dude. He's cool. He's fun. If you join his okay, so. Oh, maybe he doesn't do it anymore. He was doing this thing where if you were subscribed to him on Twitch, you would link your Discord and you would be able to ask him like for his fitness and meal plan thing. It looks like he doesn't do it anymore. But his members love gifting subs. So I just got one just randomly like hanging out watching his stream. I didn't use this thing that he offers, but his Discord is also very supportive of like people working out. Sometimes that's all people need. is like accountability, a community to feel accepted. So I like to recommend him because you don't normally see this everywhere online. Lots of people in like that are like gym bros or they're judgy. They want to help guys get fit, but like, you know, like they're judgy pants. So I get it. So I like to just recommend it to everybody. I really do. I bring it up pretty often. Just free advice, free support, free marketing. Your parents make your dog her own food? Yeah, so I have 3 dogs. My dogs are 55 pounds, 43 pounds, and 83 pounds, okay? So the amount of food that they need in order for me to properly give them the nutrition that they need due to their weight and activity level, it would cost me so much fucking money, bro. I can't do it. I can't afford it for 3 dogs. So I do give them snickety snacks. Like we have, I don't give them like a lot. I really do it in great moderation. But I give them like blueberries and spinach and cabbage, and they do have unflavored no what is it, unseasoned meat, and like carrots and celery. They don't like that though, only one of them does. You know, I give them like human grade food, just not enough to replace all the food they need. I also give them canned food, not regularly, but like kind of regularly, like not every day, but it is like a regular type of deal. We do like beef broth. I will give them pumpkin, like pure pumpkin, coconut oil. I sometimes buy they have like frozen dog treat things. I buy those. They get dog treats as well. But so I do this all in moderation. 1, because of money. 2, moderation is better for their digestive system and like spreading out nutrients kind of. And then it's more complicated to explain. But also that shit's expensive. You grew up a roofer and you were raised to be a handyman. That's a good place to be, because then you could do a lot of stuff. Off the ground, before the chickens. What? I realized what day it is. After the stream, I've got horse racing to watch. Did you bet again? Are you a better? Off the ground before the chickens think it might be a snack. They're so ridiculous with their snickety snacks. Judgy pants too. The judgy pants about snacks. I tried like a Walmart from, I don't know what their brand is called anymore. Vibrant something. I don't know. They have like a mix of chicken snacks. Chickens do not like it. Time to clip it so we can judge everything. Realistically, it looks pretty practical for self-creation. Oh my god, there's more to it. Let's go back. So, where are we at? Oh, this is a different picture. So I do have these 2 solar lamps as well. I have the concrete blocks that weigh down the predator wire on top, like there's dirt on top of the predator wire, and then the concrete blocks. And then do you see this plastic tarp? So it's really important when you have chickens that they don't have wind at their level. They don't like it, but in the winter, it's really not good. You don't want your chickens to get too cold. So I put this up. This fence looking thing, the brown fence looking thing that's behind, it's just the plastic is just holding it there for me, and I can use it to block the chickens from trying to run out because they're sometimes butt heads. That's all. So, and then over here, these blue things are food grade water containers. And then this other thing that's like in the back between the sun tarps on that back wall, it's just to provide shade while still letting airflow in. And it is also part of the shed. So I just got so distracted here. But so these tarps are what I was talking about. I put one on top, which you can see. And then I have this one, there's another one, and there's one right here, which you can kind of see like behind, like between this wood and then like this shed thing. These things were up during this picture, but they're down right now because it's been warmer and I need the airflow. I need airflow overall, I just don't need it at chicken level, and it's also a water thing. So on top of it, if you look, hold on, we're gonna look at my dirt. If you look right here, I have like the chicken bedding. So it's on top of the tarps. The chickens don't eat the tarps. And, you know, this is kind of like one of those things. One time, sometimes, you know, I know people don't really know as much as I know. I'm not trying to be rude about like dogs. And so one time it's not one time, I've had a few times where people will be like, I don't let my dogs play with those toys because they'll eat them. And then they'll say that, and that's one way of saying it. But then the other way of saying it, they say that just makes me mad, is they will say, you let your dog play with that? They don't eat it right. You have to be really careful. They're going to eat it. And like, my initial reaction every time is, my dogs aren't stupid, but it has nothing to do with their intelligence. But that's what I think every time. Anyway, my chickens, it's about conditioning them essentially. My chickens have been conditioned to not fuck with it. So they have poked it a couple of times. There's no hole. There's one hole, just one hole in all the little plastic tarps that are also like a water barrier. It's pretty good. I like this whole setup. I got, like I said, these are down right now, and you can kind of, can you see? Oh yeah, you can kind of see it's secured with a wire. This is, it doesn't really even need to be here. I was using this to hold up cardboard to create like a sun barrier from where I was putting the chickens that are in crates, which again, they're being released, don't be weird. Anyway, you can kind of see that this is a big fucking shed. This side, I think, is it the 8 foot? This might be the 10 foot side. One side is 8 foot, the other side is 10 feet. And then the overall length from like this corner, this corner right here, all the way to here. On one side, it's 13.5 feet. The other way is 13 feet. So, like, they have a massive area for 6 little chickens. They're gonna be fine. They're having a great time. It's clean. It doesn't stink. I can plug in these lights because I want the solar ones, but right now these are the ones I actually got to raise them because I raised them in a tent. So, I needed the tent lights. Anyway, good situation. I do think it's practical as well, but like there's a lot going on here. You know what I mean? Oh look, you can see one of my gray chickens. So I just don't want people to be judgy pants about it. It's important. We can set up the custom restreamer to lower your upload usage. We'll have to talk about that because Internet Guy talked to me and we have a new plan now. Again, there's a whole deal now. My alarm was going off and I was like, why does that sound kind of odd? It's like the people that get tricked into putting screws into their tires during the winter so they don't slip on ice. Yes. Yes, it is. That's a barbell. Yeah! That is what I was thinking of. The barbell. I want to do those squats because I think that they look like they do like a good. I want to do it. Okay. I'm learning way too much this stream. Oh my god, I could teach you more about chickens and dogs. That's just what I know a lot about. I'm sure that all of the tentacles had nothing to do with you getting all those looks. Oh, yes. Yes, no, it couldn't be. Catan is a board game. It's fun, but really complex. Yeah, so the Sunbro guy, he loves that shit. I did tell you about him. And you got a gifted sub from being 1 minute in the stream. Yeah, his community. So nice. I have 2 issues. One, I don't want to leave my house. Fair. Yeah. Having a gym partner makes me feel obligated. True. You have a knee injury, so you're limited in what you can do. I think that's fine. I think there are a lot of people who have injuries that still maintain fitness or aim for fitness or do stuff for fitness. You know what I mean? You have to work with what your body can do, but your body can do a lot. And when you have a gym partner, you don't need to do exactly everything they're doing. For a gym partner, issue 2 wouldn't be a problem because workouts would already be planned for your injury. Yeah. Yeah, the biggest issue is 1. I know how to modify for my injury. Oh, good. That's good. I'm much the same, though for me, it's the sun I dislike, so I'm fine going at night because the sun isn't out and people aren't there. Oh my god. So these people in my area, they have this thing where they love going at 4. It's like 3 or 4 in the morning. Not all of them, but a lot of them are there at the gym at 3 or 4 in the morning. And I once went on a date with a guy who did this, and he told me it's because you're supposed to I can't. He said it's because you're supposed to surprise your muscles. What? He said, so you're sleeping and you get up when you really don't want to get up to go to the gym to surprise your muscles. And it does more work on your muscles because they're not ready. I'm sure there's something to this, but I don't think he knew. You forgot what day it was, otherwise you would have bet. I forgot what day it was like 3 times today. I think the horse I would have bet on would have won too. There was a Discord that you're in that's discussing the results, but you closed it because you want to watch. Okay. I think it's a healthy way to go about it. Your gym gets that too, but it's usually the older ladies that go at that time. Oh, no, I've seen like young 20, 30 somethings. That's definitely a theory. Yep. Yeah, a theory. It's retarded. Oh, Bear, are you playing with my blankie? Yeah, it's a different thing that he likes to do. He likes to, we have curtains. He plays with the curtains. And what I mean, I don't mean like he's putting them in his mouth. He likes them to brush against his fur. So he will try to maneuver his body so that the curtains have to brush on top of his back as he's walking along underneath them. He does this with blankets too. He just likes, I don't know. He just likes it. The real reason to go early in the morning, for 1, you have to wake yourself up, so you have to get the workout done, and you're wide awake for the rest of the day. I'm not. For 2, well, there's a lot of people, it might be less than other times, so you don't have to compete for machines. Oh yeah, competing for machines. I didn't even consider that. I have had to compete for machines. Your pupper keeps stealing your son's blankets and then uses them as a bed on the floor. She could just lay on the couch, but no, she steals son's blankets. Ah, yes. So Nova does the same thing. So I get blankets for all of the dogs. They have several blankets. I just have comforters and blankets for my dogs. I don't cover them in them, except in the winter when it's really cold. But we use them as beds, essentially. But they also have beds. But Nova is our blanket thief. if she sees a blanket, so like I have a blanket on each of my couches. These are different types of blankets than her blankets. I have blankets in the crates. I have blankets on the beds. I have blankets on the floor. Okay. She will just take a blanket and drag it somewhere with her, and then that's just her bed. It's like a portable bed. So I get it. It's the same thing. In my Deadlock game, we are discussing the weirdest thing we've ever used as a blanket while staying at someone's house. The weirdest thing? What is the weirdest thing? I have something. I can't even believe I can answer this question. The weirdest thing I've ever used as a blanket while staying at somebody's house? I think you should ask Pillow. Okay, Pillow is a better question. But is a shower curtain. Bathroom floor mat. Yeah. Yeah. I get that. Yeah, I've used several things when staying at other people's houses. This is as a pillow that are kind of like bizarre. But I needed to, or else my neck was gonna hurt. Well, this stream was not what I thought it was going to be. Sorry. But now it's like we have to commit. Now we commit and we sit. So you wanna look at my chickens? It's okay if you say no, I'm still gonna show you. 3.5 hours of life updates. Yeah. Let's see. Looking for a picture, looking for a picture. Where can I find it? I don't know. Looking for a picture, looking for a picture. Yeah. You guys should see my cutie chicken. She's so ridiculous. I don't know. This is so weird, but I'll show you. She's beautiful and ridiculous. I'm gonna show you. This is First Real Chicken. She has an injured beak, but her beak has hardened off. It's pretty cute. Pretty cute. Let's see. I sent it. I will save it. And then you'll just see her cute fucking face. I have to resize the whole thing because again we made that thing super big. The game's been open this whole time. I just got so distracted. I feel like I didn't even finish talking about several of the things I wanted to talk about. Do you want to see First Real Chicken? Yeah, you want to see First Real Chicken. So I was telling Internet Guy about First Real Chicken. And he's like, I like how you just said her name so casually. I'm like, well, that's her name. She's my First Real Chicken. Look at First Real Chicken! So they have nesting boxes, but they like this spot. I ended up moving the nesting boxes here so that so that they would all just use the nesting boxes, which did work. But look at her, look how ridiculous she looks. So if we actually zoom in on the picture, I can show you the damage. It's just a First Real Chicken. So you see how it's rounded off? What happens when chickens enter their beaks is the tip, like this, in this specific injury, blunts. And it's during the first several days of it blunting that was really traumatic for her and me. But she's so cute. She's a speckled yellow chicken, and she's a baby. And she's the one that you heard making noises. She's just my speckled chicken baby. And that's her whole life. She just goes, blah, 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 but not like a turkey. And then I don't know if I can get this video of Rosemary, but this video I have of Rosemary and Benny in the background. Where is it? It's pretty cute. I think I missed it. I don't know where it is. There it is. It's right next to it. I don't know if I can send it. It's the only issue. Because I'm not paying for nitro. You know what I mean? Jelly bean, jelly bean, jelly bean. It might take a minute, and then we'll just get her done. She is very adorable. Look at her. She's just so cute. We've said wet towels, hoodies, shirts. Under the bed. Under the bed isn't good enough. You keep hearing the word, or hearing first world chicken. Yeah! The first world chicken. Okay, I'll download this. Oh my god. Can you see this? No, you can't. We're good. Hold on. You're gonna hear noises. What do you see? Yeah, it's fine. You can see. I don't take like a lot of videos and pictures, so this is already from a while ago. Let me add a video capture. Nope. Nope. That's not what I meant. Window capture of, not the updates, the media player. Oh, it doesn't like that. How do we do? How do we do? How do we do it then? I don't know. Okay, so we're not, well, actually, maybe it would have worked. Did you just see that? Did you not see that? No, not that one. We don't update it. What do you see? Does it actually play it at all? No, it does, but you can't see shit. So we'll have to do, I have a different way of doing it. I just didn't want to. Browser. Nope, that's not it. There's another one to do it. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, VLC video. Okay. I didn't even know this was a thing. Oh my god! There she is!
Right.
That's Rosemary!
You're so
She's my
cute.
big fat girl.
Yeah. You're so cute.
And that's Benny. Benny is the leader of my flock. Then you can see Sophie and Winnie. And then there was Eva. And it just loops. How do I make it not loop?
You're so cute.
How do I, can I pause it?
Yeah.
Stop it. Oh, that deletes it. I want to show you it! Oh my god. How do I, oh my god, what do I do? Pause it. Okay, wait. So, this, there's a lot going on here. So you can see the plastic from the inside. It's at chicken level. You can see I have a kiddie pool. That kiddie pool is their dust bath, but they love just dust bathing in the dirt. They have toys. There's a, farther in the distance there you can see several of their baby toys. And then you can see I have like a xylophone type of thing. I don't know what it's called. That's, they like pecking it. They like the noise. So that was, that's a small feeder that they have. I gave them a mirror that I just found in my garage.
Cute.
And she's so cute. See the direct eye contact that she makes? She's making it with the camera. But she's just so cute. I really love Rosemary. I love them all. But so see how their butt feathers aren't like pretty looking? Not their tail feathers, the butt. So the back, not the butt, I'm sorry, the lower back feathers technically. That's one of those things where I was like, I'm embarrassed about it because like, what does it mean? And there's like a whole slew of it. I'm correcting the problem. Anyway,
So cute.
Benny is the leader of my flock. I thought it was First World Chicken, but it's very much Benny. When Sophie was being a butthead, she would peck Sophie on the head, which is what the leader of the flock does. So anyway, then we have there was a feeder and a waterer, another feeder, another waterer. Then we passed, so the black chicken in the cage is fine. Size-wise, it's actually appropriate for what I'm trying to do. So the black chicken in the cage is Winnie. She is going to be released on Monday. And the yellow chicken in the cage is Sophie. She's the butthead. And then this black chicken outside of the cage is Eva. And they're all socializing with each other. You see that I have like a little dog bowl that we just passed right here. This dog bowl was one that they had mash. I already, like, I don't leave this shit in here. That's why I was in there. Let's stick it in. But so all the chickens in the crates get food, their own food and water. And then we have bedding everywhere, and underneath the bedding, which you can't really see from this video, is pine pellets to absorb moisture, because I was really worried about coccidiosis. And see how her butt, like, isn't the prettiest looking butt? It actually looks better now. Like, it is dirty, but like in this picture. But I mean how her feathers aren't like perfectly nice or whatever. That is one of those things where I wasn't sure what the issue was. And you can't really tell with Eva's butt, but just because her feathers and how light works, when you're up close, you can see what the issue is. Anyway, that's Benny, and you can see closer what the actual issue is. This is why I think that she's the best indication that there's probably depluming mites. But I didn't know. So what I did was I put more diatomaceous earth, and then I was looking at my Coop and Run, and I was like, well, it's got to be the wood. They have to be living in the wood, right? There is wood out here as well. This, you can see it right here. It's used to frame it's like how I lifted this thing off the ground, because you don't want it directly on the ground because of water and everything. Anyway, look how cute she is. She's so beautiful. Yeah, so like my chickens are fine. They have a lot more space than they need. Most people don't even give their chickens this much area. Yeah. I'm so excited. This is so fun. And then you saw I took that picture that I showed you of first real chicken. I took it at the same time that I took that video. So she was gonna have an egg, and she was pretty excited about it. And she's adorable too. So she gets like this weird little mood when she's about to have an egg. I want to show you that video. Because it's the video that I played the sound for. Let me send it real quick. Transfer it. There's a better way to transfer, but I don't normally transfer like this much information, so I'm not super concerned about it. And then I will Can you see this? You can't see it. She's so cute. Can you? Oh, that's the other one. Let's do properties.
Are you so cute?
We'll delete this one, and then we'll add this one.
Cute.
Okay. So look at, she's so cute. She's just staring at me. Yeah, they're just babies and they're adorable, and I love my chickens. So it's just a small looping feedback. Anyway, those are all of my chickens. And we've talked about the chicken coop. Yeah, so the chicken coop. What do I do? You know what I mean? You think add more grommets, but like the question is like, what do I adhere them to? If I'm, is it this picture? No. No, that's the tubing. This I think I'm gonna put in wood when it's, oh, I guess I'd probably use wood on both sides realistically of putting it into this metal shed. And then we have these, but then I really do want to wrap these. I'm just gonna have to go to the auto parts store and be like, bro, is this shit gonna work? I guess it depends on the inner diameter, right? I'm looking for more pictures. I have like random pictures of the dogs for when they do super cute things. But it's hard to find 3 that are like fair for me to share. Do you know what I mean? Because I want to be fair. It doesn't matter they don't know. I know, and it's important that I am fair. Looking, I have a lot of pictures. It's difficult. Oh yeah, I especially took a lot of pictures when First Real Chicken injured her beak. I'm gonna turn down the audio and see what's cracking here. Oh, this is when I had all the chickens mingling together. I'd have to spend a lot of time. You made friends in Tenlock. Aw. You're in the right mood. What did you miss? Chickens. This is First Real Chicken. She's cute. She's just a cute little thing. And Rosemary and Benny.
Right. Were you so cute?
Alright, well, I'm actually gonna go. I can't believe I just talked the whole 4 hours or so. We will definitely play Cyberpunk tomorrow. The game has been open this whole time. So, like, I really did intend to. You can see it. I'll show you. See, it's been open whole time. It was a yap sesh, I know. It was fun though. Therapeutic. Are you a cute dog? Yeah, you're a cute dog. Look at that dog. Okay, I'm gonna go. Thanks so much for hanging out and listening. I liked it. Alright, take care of yourself. Don't die. I hope the horse you were gonna bet on maybe won, so that you know it's good to bet on them, but all at the same time, like, that you don't feel bad for not betting. It was entertaining. That's good. And you made friends today. You're having a great day. Have a wonderful evening too, Troglodyte. Thank you so much for trying to help me with my tarp situation. Alright, I'm gonna go.